Good morning, Sassy Fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's check-in is for yours and theirs. Like always with yours and theirs, take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with readings like yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I see on this board today, might include or involve the energies of a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex of 5 years ago. I never know until the cards are on the table, right? But I'd also ask you to include or make space for the possibility of my seeing other things, work stuff, family stuff, spiritual stuff. I'm just as like to see it, right? But like always, default setting, take what resonates, leave what does not. I want to take a moment to say thank you to the folks over on TikTok who have been recommending the channel. I appreciate you. I do. I'm not on TikTok, and I think that's going to be changing. But for now, I'm currently not on it. So those folks who are recommending sassyscorpiontarot, I appreciate you. We had a kind of a small influx of people saying, hey, I'm here from TikTok. So-and-so recommended you. So just to remind folks, at this time, currently, I provide tarot on YouTube, and I am on Facebook. If I launch into TikTok, I imagine it would be the latter end of May. I already create shorts here on YouTube. There's no reason why I can't create a TikTok channel and throw those up there. FYI, with my shorts, I create mini tarot, original mini tarot. They are not extracts from larger readings. And by the way, that's not a judgment on my fellow tarot readers who do that. I don't blame you. There's so much pressure to provide shorts. I tell you, it's more punishment than it is reward. It really is. So I do not blame you. You have these readings, they're 15, 20, 30, 50 minutes long. That's the main show. That's why we're here, right? Most of us provide long form content. And then here's this ridiculous pressure to provide shorts when shorts are not your main gig. So my thinking is this, if I'm going to go ahead and create original mini tarot readings, why not take those same ones and slap them into TikTok? I have to be selective in career and as much as real life about what it is I choose to get involved with because it's under my time, energy, and effort. And I always said, if anything I'm doing media-wise gets so big, I need to hire out for assistance, and it's not for me. If I can't personally do it for myself, then I have no motivation. I'm not interested. I clearly don't care enough about the thing in question. That's just me. I'd rather cultivate quality than quantity. YouTube and social media in general is not my primary gig. But so I have to, going back to the point, pick and choose carefully where I put my work, my tarot work specifically. If we launch into TikTok, it'll be late May, thereabouts, and of course I will tell you all. Absolutely. But again, it will be the shorts. You know what? I was clearing out the old tarot shelf there, and I said, oh my goodness, these decks. I've missed these decks. I haven't used these decks in such a long time. They're good old decks, the kind that have been with me for years. These poor, neglected decks. I decided to go ahead and take them off the shelf and dust them off and work them hard today. So this one we haven't used in a while. Earthreal Visions Tarot. This is the Luna edition. Okay, it's got the blue borders in it. And then one of my favorites, this is the Gold Foil Tarot Antique Edition. These are the ones that shuffle fast. For more thoughts on tarot decks, please feel free to search up, or maybe I'll list it somewhere, my tarot deck review. Okay? But yeah, these are some of my favorites right here, particularly this one. Oh, yes. I have a lot of versions of it, but the antique remains my favorite to this day. Next week, of course, will be Intimate Tarot. Talk about our favorite decks. I know it sounds naughty. It's supposed to. Welcome to Sassy Scorpion Tarot. I'm a little different and happy to be so. All right, you guys, I will see you next week for your Intimate Tarot reading, and I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're up first. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explain in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Okay, 3 of Cups, 2 of Wands, Queen of Cups. Oh yeah, you look lovely, you look relaxed. The Devil, 3 of Wands, the Hermit. Okay. 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Star. Hey, you know what? Good for them. And I don't get to say that too often when I see the old shadow there hanging out like that. They put in the work. Seven of Swords. Overview for you. You say, I have my doubts, and I don't blame you. You have your doubts. I see you monitoring the situation, but here's the key thing. You're monitoring it from afar. And bless you, you know what? Despite your doubts, and you have reason for doubts, you do. You are actually keeping your heart open towards or in this situation. 3 of Cups, 2 of Wands, Queen of Cups, but it's at a distance. Okay? It does seem to be at a physical distance. But look at you. Look at you. 3 of Cups, 2 of Wands, Queen of Cups. Like I'm listening. I'm listening with my heart. I'm participating from the heart. I want to. I have my doubts. But still, I'm here for this emotionally. I'm trying to connect to it. It's at a distance. You're like, and that's okay. It's okay. I like that. The Devil. 3 of Wands. The Hermit. Yeah. You both seem to have agreed upon this distance. They're working through something. And to this person's credit, they're working through it on their timeline, not yours. Which is good. People will often connect to others in this idea that they'll fix me. And it's not anyone's job to fix us. So they're working through something difficult. But they are indeed making progress. And again, I don't get to say that too often. The Hermit, they're doing a fantastic job. I don't know who this is, but I'm proud of them. They got some stuff, man. They got some shadows. But they know it, and they're addressing it. They're working through it. And you're getting feedback. You are. This is active. You're getting feedback. And if you have any doubts or hesitations, you're like, I'm going to keep that to myself. So 7 of Swords, often that kind of internal thought of, okay, this is the undertone to my thoughts. However, I'm keeping that to myself. Okay? You're keeping an open heart towards this person, and they have made remarkable progress. Remarkable progress. 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Star. See, you both are keeping the lines of communication open. You both have very strong feeling towards each other. You're both very much interested in each other's well-being, hopes, dreams, desires. The communication is fabulous. And I think that's why you're showing me an increasing growing comfort in connecting to them, because you can hear it for yourself, the work that they're doing. You can see how far they've come, right? There is this desire to connect again when you two are able to. And it feels very, very right for the both of you. So I don't know why they had to go away to work on themselves. I'm just glad that they did. That means they acknowledge it. They recognize it. You're showing me an increased emotional connectivity to this. It's like a tender spot for you, you know? I think you're showing me that you're proud of them in your own way. But yeah, 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Star. You're both communicating to each other. Desire, intent, excitement. They did what they had to do, and I'm glad that they acknowledged it. Whatever it is they needed to work on with the Devil there, that could be a variety of things. Point is that that's solid work, my friend. 3 of Wands, the Hermit. And I respect them, because they said they needed distance to work on this. Good. Good. Let's get some advice, please. Eight of Cups, that's exactly what it is. Hey, that's amazing. 8 of Cups, Temperance, Justice. I had to walk away because I understood it was the right thing to do. I needed to heal myself. So here we have Temperance and Justice, that sense of spiritual correctness above all. I'm telling you, that's wonderful. This is someone who clearly communicated, I have to walk away to gain perspective about my own healing and my own sense of correctness. That's this person. And to be clear, when they walked, they weren't walking away from you. They walked away because they needed to go take care of themselves. There's something wrong here. So I don't know what that is, guys. The shadow could be a variety of things. Poor thoughts, bad self-esteem, patterns, shadows, addictions. Who knows? Who knows? They said, I'm going to make it right, and I'm going to make it right on my terms. I need to work on myself, and that was the right thing to do. I respect that so much, because do you know how often I don't see it? That's wonderful. The moon, the chariot, the magician. Okay. Okay. There's progress happening, perhaps faster than we had anticipated or realized. Yes? The moon, chariot, the magician. Oh, yeah. We're making some good progress here. And it wasn't about speed. It was never about speed. But progress is being made, and perhaps more quickly than anticipated. It's like, okay, we're seeing results. We want more. Let's keep moving this thing forward. Okay, very good. You both desire the communication. You both desire for this thing to remain on track. And to be perfectly honest with you, you both still very much desire each other. 9 of Pentacles. You look secure. Good. Excellent. Oh, yeah. You're very much open from the heart towards this person. I know you want them to do well. I know you want them to take care of themselves. I know you want them to heal. And you even said you need the space to do it. You take it. But you, personally, 9 of Pentacles, you're saying you're very secure. Independent, can do. You can take care of yourself. Is that what you said? You go take care of you? I'm good. Yeah, you weren't lying. Oh, no, this thing will absolutely come back together when it's time. It's headed on that path sooner than you realize. I think we're good. Honestly, I'm just... I'm just a little bit curious about when the distance, the physical distance, closes. But given that this thing is going better than expected, yeah. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Quickly. Quickly. Point is that you're showing me, I have my doubts, but I like what's happening here. I see the results. I can hear the results. I know they're doing better. It's just a matter of time before we reconnect, and sooner than we expected. Knight of Swords doesn't tell me too much. The next air sign will obviously be Gemini season, and that's less than 2 months. I don't want to get too lost to it. I can't see it being any later than Cancer season. Okay. But it looks good. But I suppose when it's ready, it's ready. Intimacy is in reverse. Currently, we're not being intimate with this. Intimacy is in reverse. Clearly, it stands to reason if you two are physically distant. Yeah. However, there are still words of love and encouragement and passion that resides between you two. But the physical intimacy is off. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. The other ones? No. Luck is on your side, Ladybug. Attraction's still there. And we're healing the family issues. If it's family issues, that might explain quite a bit. Okay. If this person is dealing with a kind of perhaps family trauma, okay, recovering from that, healing from that, it might explain a lot. And in fact, your attraction for them has increased because they're doing what they need to do for themselves now. It's like there's a lot of respect there. Oh yeah. That just made themselves more attractive. By taking care of what they need to take care of. Okay. Rolling the dice, 39. Taking a chance, taking a risk. This may not work, but I hope it does. or it feels like you're taking a risk on them by remaining open to them. Perhaps there might be some gambling issues. It's not necessarily the literal translation. Okay. Wealthy man. Okay. Wealthy man and the sky bridge. You're saying there's a lot of prosperity here. It's perhaps a little further out on the sky bridge. Right? But the idea is where we start and where we're destined to end up. There's this idea of prosperity. Okay? Thriving. That there's more to offer. That whatever this is a wealthy connection. And you can see it further out given that the work is done. Provided that the work is done. 38, 39, 13. What? Two wise. Two wise. And then we have Medine of Taurus and Virgo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the season. Might be important to you. Leo, congratulations to you and your person. I'm happy for you both. I know I get accused all the time. Why are you always repeating yourself? Well, typically, because A, people tune out. They stop paying attention if it's not what they want to hear. And then 2, sorry, it is what it is. Real talk. And then 2, because I really want to take a moment to point out the extraordinary. Okay. Typically, once I see this guy hanging around, the energy experiencing it tends to wallow in it, and I don't actually see any work there. This person has gone out of their way to work on themselves, to deepen and or ensure their connection to you. Okay? So they're not really asking themselves, how can Leo give me the best in this relationship? They're more like, how can I give Leo the best in this? I need to work on this issue, this problem, this concern. And so they are. And as you two communicate, the dream and the desire just gets, frankly, sharper. They become more attractive. That's beautiful. Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? Show me, Sagittarius. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Four of Wands, the Sun, and the Five of Swords. Over here, the World, the Hanged Man, and the Eight of Wands. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah. Overview, Four of Cups. Yeah, I know you're unhappy. Duh. I got that. This looks really fresh to me. Very fresh. That's a freshly caught fish and it's still flopping. Okay? Four of Cups, you're unhappy. I understand. Four of Wands, the Sun, Five of Swords. Careful. Careful. It's another reason I think this is still fresh. You're still kind of looking at this with rose-tinted glasses. It's like, man, that was the happiest relationship I ever had. Then why are you so miserable? I know what's playing into it. That's what you call a reasonable Five of Swords. This thing just cycled. That's what I'm saying. It still smacks of fresh. Yeah, but right now you're in this tricky spot, Five of Swords. You're lying to yourself a little bit. That was the happiest relationship I ever had. If that's true, why are you forcing yourself to believe it? Okay? Dang it. No other relationship was that happy. And you're trying to tell yourself to believe it. Let's keep going. Over here, the World, Hanged Man, Eight of Wands. This person's going to change their mind. Long story short. They will. And if you still believe this is the best relationship you ever had, you're going to play into that. I think what I'm seeing here was someone who they pulled the World here, right? They said this is over, cycled it out, Hanged Man. They're going to go upside down, give it some thought, and Eight of Wands, they're going to talk to you. So either they pulled an ending that they were not prepared for. Okay. Reality hits. Okay. Or they did something called a feint. They triggered an ending to make you feel some kind of way. To trigger you, to test you, quote unquote, test you, see how you really feel, whatever. That's never good. But it seems to me, however, this person triggered an ending and they weren't prepared for it. They didn't know what it really meant until it was done. And even then, they need time to think about it. The Hanged Man, Eight of Wands. Okay. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Eight of Cups. There is the opportunity here to renew, to try to approach this thing freshly with a couple of aces. So these would not be new. This would be renewed. Eight of Cups. I don't think you want that. I think if there's any opportunity here for renewal, it's via this conversation prompted by this person. I don't think you're interested. I don't. I really want you to think about that Five of Swords. That's the happiest relationship I've ever had. Is it? Is it though? Take some time to think about that. Ten of Swords is underlying. You, my friend, take some space. Temperance right there. You on the split with the Ten of Swords. Take some space with that healing. Okay? For that healing. For this, this ending is very painful. To be clear, by the time this thing comes back and talks to you, it's going to be talking in that way of aces. Maybe we can give this another shot. Eight of Cups. I don't think you're interested. Nine of Cups, the Tower, the Devil. Yeah, okay. You know, a lifetime of love can be forgotten in a moment of anger or hatred. That's definitely Poe, and I'm absolutely misquoting. I love Poe. But I can't memorize every single thing as much as I'd like to. But yeah, that was a moment of hatred. Extreme anger. Temper. Yeah, somebody ended this without understanding what it meant. They weren't prepared for that ending. It was done so in a moment of extreme anger. I still don't think it was a feint, so-called testing you. And anybody who says that they're testing you, they wanted to see how you would react, they're not worth reconnecting to, ever. Nobody in the world is qualified to give that so-called test. It's a shitty person. No, I think what I'm looking at here is a moment of extreme anger, where certain things were said or done that cannot be undone. And it kind of stands to reason if something that, and that's pretty damned extreme, guys. If something that extreme can happen once, imagine what it would be like if it happened again. So I'm sure they had some time to think about it, and it's like, my words, here are my words now, let's try again. Yeah, no, I can't. So no, guys, let's, I just want you to stop thinking about that Five of Swords. I really want those rose-colored glasses you have on right now to come off, because I don't know when those words come through. But I really want you to have time to think about this. If that was the so-called happiest relationship you ever had, then why are you having to sit there and tell yourself that? Make yourself believe it. No. I do believe that's you walking. Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. It would take a lot to fix this. And hey, man, I'm all for fixing something if the investment is worth it, or there's a commitment in place and that requires us to do more. It really does. But whatever this is, I don't know what the level is in terms of relationship to you. I just know that it is, whatever line there was, it didn't just take one or two steps beyond it. it cleared a field. Something very inappropriate was said or done here. And it was done so in a filthy, angry, low kick, low punch way. The repairs. I'm looking at repairs right here. It would be a lot. It would be a lot. It would be a lot. If you're up for it, cool. But don't be surprised if it's somebody's ego. It's like, I know I screwed up bad. Here are some words. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not saying the authentic work other than the fact that they're more concerned with how they look. That's how bad it was. So, yeah, I think what I'm looking at is somebody's ego here. They're more concerned with how they look than how they made you feel. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a big old red flag if there ever was one. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it stands the same. Heartbreak is heartbreak. Now, some people can recover from that. Others cannot. I'm advising you, based on what I've seen here in the cards today, walk, because those words are coming. Those words are coming. I don't know when, but those words will be coming, and I really need you to get out of your head about this. What happened here in some way was grossly inappropriate, and trust me, honey. I'm like, this, that, and the other is not so bad. That was kind of bad. Yeah. Someone else communicated. There was someone else, or someone's been accused of there being someone else, and there isn't. But it's like someone's ugliest thoughts, fears projected, vomited outwards. So like I said, they didn't take a couple steps over the line. They cleared a whole field, like a whole football field, beyond the line. And there might have been some accusation here. Gross accusations. Or perhaps they were correct. I don't know. But the stuff that spewed forth was all this hate, retribution, someone's all the worst. And that's projection. It's projection outwards. Those fears are so high. They're so heavy. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted looking at it. Okay. That communication, though. When's it coming? I'd like to know. It's chemistry. Well, it was, I'm sure. Chemistry, wedding. Yeah, at some level. There's some level, there's this idea of commitment here. So if it wasn't full-on marriage, then the idea is that you two were together or exclusive. That you two have always had pretty good or decent chemistry. Okay. And free yourself. Free yourself from this. Whatever the chemistry is, or the so-called commitment level is, doesn't matter. Free yourself. Some things are workable, and I will tell you if it's workable, right? Based on what I'm seeing, the proposal, people's energies. I'm telling you, this person knows they stepped too far, and now they're very concerned, overly preoccupied with how they look, not how they made you feel. This is a no-no. Okay. And free yourself. Oh, yes, please do. Time to take back control of your life. Be the magical freaking unicorn that you can be, honey. Change. Oh, you know what? Some of you changed your mind. Now, either we were in a commitment, i.e. marriage, okay, or we understood we had long-term partnership. That's going to change. Some of you were like this close to taking it in that direction of marriage. This close, and now we changed our mind. We're going to retract that ring. See what I'm saying? Oh, but we're taking that back. We're taking the idea of commitment back, or rather changing direction. Okay, I understand. Yep. 25-9. Got a weird feeling on that one. April 25th? May 25th? I don't know, but the words are coming back to you. Official person, storm. Yeah. High rank someone. I think here what we have here is an abuse of power. It was a projected storm, rage of emotions from somebody who feels that they have the authority. 622, so that was an abuse of power. One's words or weight. Yeah, like I said, they're more concerned with how they look now. I'd imagine. Okay. We have VF. We have the medallions of Capricorn, Leo, and Virgo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. I don't know how long that person's hanged man is activated. I honestly don't know. But when the Eight of Wands hits, guys, I really hope you have recovered from that Five of Swords. Gee, golly gee, oh boy, woe is me. That was the happiest relationship I ever had, where I was constantly walking on eggshells or pins and needles. No, I don't know what it is you found so attractive about it, but it made sense to you. I'm going to go ahead and take a guess, given this energy here, that you would typically describe this person as deeply passionate. But if that passion is taken to an insecure place, as I see here, what projects outward is nothing but a bunch of angry filth accusations that are just way over the top and projection of one's fears. And that's what happens when passion is taken to an ugly place. Otherwise, passion, we want it to be positive. Yeah, and for the most part, people would say, I positively identify with my passions or my ambitions, my sense of self, empowerment. But when we skew it, what is projected forth is just hostile. It's awful. And I'm so sorry you had to live it, but think of this as your freeing element, yeah? Okay. Saji, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. And happy birthday. Show me Aries, please. Like always, we're going to start on your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Okay, Nine of Cups, Two of Swords, the Fool. I imagine you'll figure it out. Knight of Swords, King of Cups, Ace of Swords. Yeah. Between you two, the World, Knights of Wands, Two of Wands. Oh, do tell. Overview, Six of Swords. Maybe not. Okay. It's okay. Okay. I was like, oh, tell me more. And you're like, no, it's okay. I'm good. I'm out. I'm out of there. Now, it's not in any way rude or in your face. It's just Aries is out. Six of Swords. I'm out. I'm out of here. So, yeah, very simple. It's like, oh, that? No, I left that. I'm good. You've made enough progress to show me this. Nine of Cups, Two of Swords, the Fool. It's like I'm a little hesitant. But honestly, Christina, I feel pretty good about opening up in a new direction. It kind of feels right with the Nine of Cups. Like I haven't completely made up my mind, but I'm getting close. It's like, let's put it this way. I'm feeling more inclined to open up these days as opposed to, say, being closed off. Okay. Tells me you've made progress. In some way you want to open up again, emotionally. Take a chance, new beginning, or just express more interest in self-interest. Over here, Knight of Swords, King of Cups, Ace of Swords. You know, this person has something to say to you, and on the outside it comes across as very firm, maybe perfunctory. It gets to the point a little too quickly. It seems impersonal, but it is coming from a King of Cups. So whatever it is that they're about to say to you or how they might take action towards you, it could be a little bit of both. I know it comes from the heart, even though to look at their words or hear their words, you wouldn't think that. It's a little cold. But the heart is there. Perhaps a little softness in the words there would be helpful. Because as far as I can see, you're not interested in reopening the door. And I think because it just comes across as too cold. It is. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. These are not the best tools for an emotional job, you know? And you have a kind of cold reaction. The World, you're fire here. Knights of Wands, Two of Wands. No. Just keep it closed. I mean, to be clear, you have the opportunity to reapproach the door. You could reopen it. You take one look at that and you say, no, there's nothing here to work with. There's no heat. There's no emotion. There's no nothing. So to you, it's kind of like, oh, I guess they had business or a technical reason to contact me, because it does look like a technical piece of information. It does look technical, but there's heart behind it. But again, how would you know that? You know, we can be very, very intuitive, but most people will still say, I'm not a mind reader. If you wanted to express how you feel about something, then perhaps show some emotion. Because it does look very cold and technical, yeah. Even though there's heart behind it, but why would you know that? But yeah, no, the fire. It's like, nope, I'm not going to point my fire back at you. I'm not going to point these words back at you. I'm not going to point my interest back at you. And it's really that case of not what they said, but how they said it. You didn't have much more reason to give it any more consideration. Tone is everything, guys. It really is. Tone can be everything. And when something comes across as a technicality, you're like, these are your official reasons for reaching out to me today. I understand. Take that at face value. Don't read into it, right? Don't read into it. But yeah, you seem to be determined to leave that behind. And I wonder how this reading might have looked today had there been more of an emotional expression behind it. But you know what? You said that you've been thinking more and more about opening up these days for reasons of personal interest. You know, so if that's true, follow that. Absolutely. I wonder what might have been had there been a softer tone. Yeah. It applies to you both. From my point of view, as I see it, they wanted to reopen that door because the passion and interest is still there, and because you can't see that, you don't. It's really a case of it works both ways. Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Yeah, Two of Swords. There's that Two of Swords hesitation. It's kind of like saying, if I open back up, if I'm the Fool again, do I have it within me to know that I can absolutely put work into a relationship? Am I absolutely available for that? Not just the 3D technical work, okay, the labor of a relationship, but emotionally, am I available too? So you're considering all these things right now as we speak. So that Two of Swords is here twice. Okay, that means you're being thoughtful at this time. Emotionally, you're leaning into it, but you're like, am I available to do the real work, though? Okay. Well, I'm glad you know that about yourself. All right? Because you're like, if I'm going to be available, I'm going to be available. I think that's fair. So I'm glad that you are working through it. Two of Cups. Six of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah. There's that Six of Swords right there. Two of Cups. At some point, you really thought it was best to leave this behind. You're saying you love them. You just told me that of your own free will, right here. I love them. I'll always care about them. But I understood in some way I had to go. The Hermit, Six of Swords. I think what I'm looking at here is someone who loves you and very much suffers from a case of I don't know how to say it. But that's not for you to sort out. You work with what you have, not with what you don't. You work with what you know, not with what you don't. We can have a feeling about somebody all day long, but until they confirm it and they can own it, it's not our truth. And it's not our place to sit there and wait and read between the lines. But for your part, I know you care about them. But you also felt it was the right thing for you to move on. Okay. Anything else, please? I know. And you are on your Ace of Cups journey. I have no doubt. You showed me the Fool and the Nine of Cups. Right now you're showing it from a place of, is this good for me? Nine of Cups, self-interest. The Fool. Yeah. But yeah, if you're open to the Ace of Cups, you're open to it. Full stop. The only other technical thing I see you question a little bit is, am I 3D ready for a relationship as well? Because I tell you right now, this Aries here doesn't play. When you say you're in something, and you expect to contribute, to build into a relationship. You're saying, I want stability, I want partnership. So am I available for all those things? And so far, you've shown me systems checks. Yep. You work through that Two of Swords pretty quickly. Good job. That means you know yourself really well, which is wonderful. Okay. You had to have known yourself really well to leave behind someone that you love. It's like, I strongly suspect they care about me too, but Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, I get nothing but information from them, cold information. So, and if you love yourself and you know you can't live on that, then you got to do what's right for you. Okay. Confessions. Someone has something to tell you. Now take these with some laxity. Okay, these are oracles. They're little bridges for a larger story. I think what happened here was that there was a failure to tell the truth. Lack of confession. Again, this person might love you deeply, but if they were to call you and say, hey, Aries, just wanted to see how the weather was. Okay, well, the weather is a balmy 90 degrees. Okay, that's great. That's good to know. All right. Well, stay hydrated and take care of yourself. I know you probably felt that there was something deeper underneath that, right? But without that person to say it or confirm it, who are you to sit there and try to believe it? Okay. Okay. Confessions in reverse. I think it was the lack of confession. And even then, I just, dang it, reapproach that world. They reapproach the door. And I always say, you know, second chances are real. So long as we do the opposite of what had us fail the first time, then it has a chance, you know. It's so frustrating. New love. Yeah, I know. I know that's where your focus is, and I support you on that. Absolutely. New love is here twice. But I just wanted to let you know, this, even though from your point of view you left it behind, you showed me that twice, and the world is here. Just wanted to let you know, heads up from the universe, there's going to be a reapproach. But it's going to be the same delivery for which you were accustomed and the reason why you left it to begin with. Okay? In other words, nothing's changed, and that's unfortunate, because that person has a beautiful, deep heart, but I wouldn't know it from their words or their actions. Okay? Yeah. New love. Courtship, adjudication, the message. There's the message. I know that there's a message, and it might be dressed up as concern, but adjudication, courtship, if anything, this validates your experience. This, in your mind, you've listened to it, you've weighed in on this many times. You calmly left. Six of Swords is twice. You knew it was right for you with the Hermit. In adjudication, you're like, all due respect, you're not telling me anything that suggests the situation or how you feel about me has changed. I'm interested in proper courtship or relationship energy. And everything I'm hearing from you reminds me of what it is we didn't have. So I see you weighing it up, but you're like, man, nothing's changed. I was correct. I was correct in leaving this behind. They don't get it. You're right. And you don't want to ask somebody, how do you really feel? You don't want to beg. You shouldn't have to. If people can't speak up, then they can't speak up. And again, it's not in our place to pry their jaws open. Okay. All right. B. Two B's. B, B, A. We have the medallion of Taurus. You might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting to the season. That was my first thought, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, but Taurus season thereabouts. And then the crescent moon is in reverse. And by the way, that'll be upon us before you know it. So that could be very soon. April 20th or right around that time. Crescent moon is in reverse, perhaps by the light of the new moon, which is, I don't know. It's upcoming, but it precedes Taurus season. Okay? All right, Aries, honey, I do hope this helped you, and congratulations on you and knowing your path. I'm glad that you're warming up to this, as this is correct direction for you. You'll know soon enough, but it's pretty darn consistent that you are interested in new, and you deserve to be happy, and you deserve to have someone in your life who knows they love you, and they can tell you that. Okay? I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Right. 5 of Wands, Strength, 4 of Wands. Ooh. King of Wands, King of Swords, the Hermit. Shared, 6 of Wands, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune. Overview, King of Cups. So I see you're emotionally invested. You are. You are. You're a big feeler. And this means a lot to you. You love this. Let's make that clear. 5 of Wands, Strength, 4 of Wands. You're like, I'm not going nowhere. Now, currently, we're in a dispute in some sort of relationship, 4 of Wands, but you're showing me strength. I'm keeping this relationship close to me. I'm not pushing it away. You're saying, I'm fighting for this relationship. I love it. I love it dearly. I will not part ways with it. So we're using our strength of will to pull this towards us, and it's not easy right now. You two might be at odds from your point of view. You're like, it's not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. This relationship's not going nowhere. It's staying right here. You're fighting for it. You are. King of Wands, King of Swords, the Hermit. Okay, here's the good news. Whomever this is has a strong mind and strong focus on you, this relationship, the Hermit. They want to heal it as well. Determined, in as much as you are. All right? A lot of determination on both sides. Between the two of you, 6 of Wands, the High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, you both have a feeling you'll get through this. You've gone through these kind of things before. Disagreements, spats, perhaps flat out arguing. I hope not, but you know how it is. You both have a feeling things are going to be fine. You just need time. And, like I said, the conscientious effort to work on this. Not just take it for granted. And I don't think either one of you are. But yeah, you're saying time, confident. The both of you, inwardly confident. Things are going to be fine. You'll get through this. You love this. They love you. Sometimes it gets rough. Sometimes it gets real. But for the most part, you retain good feeling towards each other and about the outcome. You know? You're a tough cookie, so are they. You stubborn, so are they. Mind you, there's a little bit more gentle there at the Hermit. But it's more that mental, resolute, kind of firm mind, which I know you appreciate. 3 of Cups, the Hanged Man, 2 of Swords. Yeah. Bring it together in future. What's it going to look like? That doesn't tell me too much. Clearing that up, that actually might have been an argument. It could have been, as what looks like, through my eyes, a very simple thing. We don't spend enough time together. 3 of Cups, the Hanged Man, 2 of Swords. When is that going to change? It's been like this a long time. Okay. That's actually a pretty common element in a lot of relationship disputes. Yeah. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, the Empress. Nonetheless, it's not that you two are fighting each other, but fighting for each other. Honestly, you're both expressing the same thing. I want more time with you. I just want to be near you more. I love you. You both love each other. You're both crazy about each other. It's very healthy. It's very productive. Emotionally, yes. Fire-wise, yeah. You're both a little bit passionate. But for the most part, yeah. It's no wonder you two both kind of inwardly feel things will be fine. This is going to pass. You know. Spending more time with each other. When's it next going to happen? Those things are going to fall into place. You two love each other at the end of the day. A lot. This one ain't going nowhere. Okay? In fact, I see you actually as being extremely protective of this relationship. Very. And you don't like it when you don't get to connect with your person as often as you would like to. Sometimes it fills you with some doubt. And then the arguments, the arguments sometimes begin, yeah? It's okay. You two work through it. And so long as two people can work through it, anything can be achieved. you know? It's lovely. Remarkably straightforward. Love yourself first. Remember that. The both of you. It's not just a competition about how much the one person loves the other, but love yourself first, you know? And I know you love them, but love yourself too. All right? Perhaps some of you, maybe you get a little insecure when you don't spend as much time with your person as you feel you should. Okay? Love yourself first. Know who you're connected to and have faith in them. It's fine. Okay? Love yourself. You don't need those, honestly. Remember, folks, short reading does not mean bad. It's just really straightforward. I like how you wishing well. You wish so much for them and for you. Healthy, lovely wishes for the both of you. You have nothing but the best wishes, best intent. Okay, 41. And your person, you might see them as a wish come true, but remember, love yourself too. All right. Harvest. Courthouse. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Don't worry about that. No. No, that's not what you want. I know that's not what you want. That's not what either of you wants. No. Oh, no. We don't want to call it quits. No. This is the courthouse legal disguise. No. I know you don't want to call it quits. I know. That's not your wish. Not at all. No, in fact, I see you very protective of this and loving of it. And I understand. But you know, sometimes those doubts that creep in, remember that. They're doubts that creep in. It's not necessarily the truth, but rather our skewed perspective. Okay? You're not always able to come together with your person as frequently as you like. That doesn't mean they love you any less. It just means life gets real. Life gets in the way. But that's life. You two choose each other at the end of the day. You choose this relationship at the end of the day. That's not changing. Okay? Let's make that clear. No, it's nothing like that. None whatsoever. Increased communication is going to be okay. Okay? Speak to personal wants. Needs as well. Okay? That's two different forms of conversation. When we speak of our wants and we speak of our needs. Two different things. Know which is which. Okay? But increase the frequency of communication with your person. You'll be all right. You might find how much you have in common about the same concerns. You should do if you're each other's person. I have no doubt. That's 41, 10, 23, 12. Apology. Oh, certainly. Misunderstandings are very common here, especially a little bit of Two of Swords has a lot of power, guys. A lot of power. What starts as a little confusion, stretched out with the Hanged Man, we have a lot of opportunity to see something incorrectly. When really it's just things adding up that way. Doesn't mean it will always be like that. And 3 of Cups. Guys, come on now. An apology. All right? I'm not saying you have to apologize, but there's an apology in the air. Sorry for the misunderstanding. You know, I get it. This is where we have been lately. We're not able to connect as much as we used to. That's not an indication of how you feel about me or I about you. I hope you know that. Yeah, that's it. Okay? This is as light as tarot gets. Okay? As light as tarot gets when I see a problem and there's not much here. Okay? Oh, no. We have the medallions of Libra and Leo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to where the season might be important to you. And then we have the owl in reverse. Like I said, truth and personal perception are often two different things. And when we start having those doubts, okay, those conflicting ideas, they can eat away at us and take away from common sense and basic observation skills. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. You know, just because there's been a recent thread of activity doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. And it could be somebody's energy is down. Coffee bean in reverse. You know, lack of energy there. Could be as simple as that. Okay. Aquarius, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me, Gemini. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Show me, Gemini. Seven of Wands, the Fool, Justice. Okay. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Shared, Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Well, I'm happy for you. Overview, Ace of Swords. Know your truth, always. Absolutely. All right. An undisputed truth, or what I call a hard truth, right? Once you understand what that is, everything else tends to get easier. But that's a hard-earned truth. In other words, you didn't come by it easily. You know what you know. You know what you know, be prepared to enforce it. Seven of Wands, the Fool, Justice. And you're saying right now, as you see fit, you are adamant that you want to have some sort of new beginning, but it feels right to you spiritually. It balances you out. You've run the data and you're saying it comes back correct for me. Some sort of new beginning. That's very open-ended. That doesn't tell me too much. It's more like the spirit of the thing is upon you. And it's like it feels so correct. Just the idea of it makes you feel kind of giddy, alive. Right? And I'm happy for you. And I see you defending that position too, Seven of Wands. Okay. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Don't know quite what this is. Someone you're connected to in some way had a couple of balls in the air and they dropped one. Okay. And it was painful. It was painful for them to drop one of those balls. It's like saying this is one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. But here's my choice, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what they're floating here. Two of Pentacles. That could be any darn thing. Time, energy, and effort. They had the opportunity to put time, energy, effort into one of these ideas. And then one of them represents you. They dropped one of them. And they said that was a hard decision for them. But here it is. Ace of Pentacles. This is what they can do. This is what they can give you. Gift you something. It shows up in reality as a real thing. So instead of putting my time, energy, and effort over here, I'm putting it into you or our situation or our circumstance. There you go, Gemini. There is a sense of personal sacrifice in here. It's bitter. It's a little bitter. Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Cups. There's heartbreak in there. An apology. It's slow to arrive. This was not fast acting at all. Okay. Speed aside, let's say speed is a non-issue. Let's say you weren't counting the days. You can accept this apology or you can reject it. Okay? But it's bitter. It's bitter. It's kind of like I wish I had been the first choice. It doesn't feel good when somebody's like, I'm picking between you and this other thing. And I don't know that it's necessarily love. Again, it's time, energy, and effort I'm seeing here being emphasized. So it's kind of like saying I could either invest in you in this situation or I could go in another direction. And it's kind of like saying I don't understand why I wasn't the first choice to begin with, but okay. So it never feels good when you understand you're the option. It never feels good when you're the one who feels juggled. Because whatever's offered is going to feel bittersweet. It's like, why wasn't I the first clear choice? You know? So it hurts. Now, do you have the opportunity to accept this? You do. And you might. You can also reject it. 3 of Swords is heartbreak. I already know where it's coming from. Okay, it's from feeling juggled. But 3 of Swords also classically represents rejection. You can reject it too. That's why you need to know what your truth is. You're doing something over here, and it's not just about the free spirit of the thing, as the Fool would suggest, it's justice. So something here is technically correct for you. To keep yourself open to venture off into, and it feels correct. Just very correct. You're ready for this. Okay? So if there's a question on this person investing in what you're doing or where you're going, please know you don't need it. You don't need it. You're going to do it anyway. It would have been nice if it had backed you the first time or from the beginning. That's all. That's all. But you know, that's what it is to be human. Sometimes we have to work through things the hard way. And they knew what they knew, perhaps late, maybe very late. Like I said, there's no speed in this. No, not at all. But they did figure it out. It's kind of like saying I had to learn the hard way what my priorities are. Here's this thing. All right. It's hard. It's hard when... It's hard. So I don't know what your connection is to this person, but there's an idea that they could have offered this a lot sooner. So, changing their minds, or... It just feels like they took a long time to figure it out, that's all. And it hurts. But gosh, I tell you what, that Ten of Swords is making the freaking rounds today. What is going on in both decks? That's coming from a Scorpio. Good night. Ten of Swords, Tower. You might have some Scorpio in your chart, honey. Whew, okay, you might have some Scorpio in your chart. I'm just taking a guess. I'm throwing it out there because it's that energy that tends to be so blunt. It makes me chuckle, but at the same time, it can still hit as it was intended. I'm like, oh yeah. So, Ten of Swords, Tower, and Death, and Ten of Swords, Tower, Death. Okay, backtracking. So that's what happened. They did initially choose something else. Again, I'm not defaulting to love. I'm seeing it as the opportunity to invest in you and whatever it is that you're about to embark upon. In other words, someone show or demonstrate to have faith in what you're doing by backing it in some way, realistically, contributing, being part of it. I think they originally went with another choice, regretted it, see how it damaged your two's connection in some way. Or that the first thing that they initially backed was not a good choice. You were the better choice. And the regret is just kind of washing high. It was that Ten of Swords, it's like, that's regret. I was really wrong. I made the wrong call. I should have given this to you. I should have invested in you. I should have taken whatever it is you're doing here seriously. So here we had not only a radical, painful insight, we also had transformation. It took a long time. Whatever it is they initially backed took a long time to play out like this. So they were invested in some way. And by the time this thing revealed itself for what it was, you're kind of saying, I can do this on my own, and you feel good about it. It's not a threat. Not at all. But you legitimately feel good about doing this solo. It might take a little more work, but you're like, hey, I'm free to do what I want because it's under my terms. You're right, it is. So know your truth. Know your truth. At this time, this might have hurt that this person didn't invest in you. Help give you tools for the job, but it seems that you have your own tools for this particular job or circumstance. You can do it. So this is more about them and what they had to learn. But in some way, you were a player in it. You know, you had a part in this play. They had to learn something the hard way. And that's hard. That's really, really hard. Let's see if we can get some advice here on this bittersweet apology. Whew, which, again, you may or may not accept. I don't know. It's up to you. It's being worked on as we speak. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel good to be someone's runner-up, but honestly, from your point of view, I mean, you don't ever want to be somebody's second choice in love or anything, a goal. I'm the runner-up or the second choice. No, it's... Now, if this is a business deal and the pentacle in some way might be needed for this, you can reconsider it, and there's fair terms and conditions applied. Okay, maybe you'll accept. But honestly, you need to know your truth. That's why it's in your overview. The Star. Knight of Swords. No, I see you working on your dream. Oh, yeah. You're advancing towards it a little more every day. Well done. The Moon. Yeah. Four of Pentacles, the Shadow. So, it hasn't revealed itself quite yet. It is very slow. Very slow. And that's not a crime. But man, I think I understand what's slowing him down. It's like, I wasn't just wrong. I was very wrong. I should have backed Gemini. So that apology, I'm telling you, is coming, but it's bittersweet and it's very slow to arrive. It could be connecting to Capricorn. I'm not saying you have to be. I'm saying that's what's here. Earth has been a core element to this reading this whole time. And the Moon, Four of Pentacles. Someone's terrified to reveal themselves, but at the same time, they're still moving forward. So that's why it's so slow. It's kind of like saying, here's the truth of it. I wasn't just wrong. I was very wrong. And that's hard for people to come forward and talk about and admit. It's there. It's slow as sludge. I do know this. There you are. Happily preoccupied in this dream and this vision. It's almost like, I'm glad I get to do this solo, actually, without influence. Because you really get to approach this your way, whatever that means. The Moon, Four of Pentacles, the Shadow. So yeah, it's coming forward. It's almost like they don't want to admit that they were wrong. I get that. Goodness. King of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Oh yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I have no doubt, excuse me. Oh yeah. It seems to have to do with the Pentacle world, guys. I'm not picking up the love vibe here. I think somebody had the opportunity to invest in your dream and vision. They didn't, and wish they had. You know, that's a tale as old as time. You had this thing going on, and I didn't initially believe that it would go anywhere or do anything or have any meaning, and I see you succeeding in it. Not only that, you've made major strides in it, and you will continue to do so. Apparently, there's no stopping you. I really wished I had gotten involved or I had believed in you. That's a really bitter pill to swallow. But yes, I see you focusing on your foundation, your long form stability. It's your dream, it's your goal, your wish. Look at all that sword action. Your mind is in alignment. Your spirit's in alignment. Yeah, so you're kind of adamant. I get to do this whole thing my way. I get to do it my way. And it feels very correct to you. It will take off quickly. Good for you. I'm very happy for you. Oh yeah, but isn't it wild? When you start accomplishing your dreams and goals, people come out of the woodwork. It's bizarre, man. Some of those folks you asked from the very beginning, do you want to be part of this? Do you support this? Like, what? Nah, but you do you. You do you. I don't know that we necessarily need the romantic deck. Let's go ahead and pull some of these. And that's fine. That's fine. But I'm kind of with you in that respect. It's don't treat me as your second choice. or the backup choice, or I'm sorry you failed to appreciate a good investment. I don't know. They have a hard time admitting they're wrong. I know that. Abandoned, left out, walked away, not taken seriously. Yeah. Specifically, your dream, your vision, your goal. I think someone here left you hanging when they had the opportunity to give you more. And I kept saying that word bitterness. That's exactly right, bitterness. Because you and your endeavors are correct for you. They weren't for this person. And wishing they had after the fact doesn't change anything. It's like, I'm not counting these. It's the bitterness here. That bitter apology coming forward. And I have to say at this point, begrudgingly coming forward. But here's the thing, you're not keeping score. You're busy. You've got a dream you're working on. It's moving faster and faster by the day. That's wild. Right here, I see you just taking off in the spirit of the thing. And you're insisting, I can do this, I can handle it. And then, boom, it picks up speed very quickly. I mean, I'm tracking it from its origin to its goal further out, and it's pretty visible. Yeah. Whomever that is wishes they had gotten in on the ground floor, I'll tell you that. So here's your truth, baby. Here's your truth. You received their truth, their hard truth, a long time ago. You have your own. All right? And I understand someone's kicking themselves in the behind for not having connected to you better, invested in you better. Remember, you're not anybody's secondary choice or backup choice. You don't get a blue ribbon for participation here. It either is or it isn't. You're either on team A or you're somewhere else. They chose to be somewhere else. Okay. They wish they hadn't. Okay. But that apology is slow. It still hasn't hit your front door yet. Hasn't hit your mailbox yet, or your inbox or whatever. But when it arrives, it's up to you what you will do with it. You might think nothing of it. You might appreciate it. You might respond. You may not. I don't know. It's up to you. Just know it's coming. In time. CTHRF. No medallion, so we'll have to do a second. FHD, and we have two Cancer and Scorpio. Like I said, I strongly suspect you have Scorpio in your chart. Let me know if that's true for you. It doesn't absolutely have to be. Also Cancer here. Like I said, connecting to the season might be important, and also from within you. And then we have the music note. Your profession, your hobby, okay? Or frankly, you, like most people, music is how you tune intuitively. This is a very common practice. A lot of people don't know to say that, but that's how they feel or experience music. Continue to do so. It will benefit you. All right, Gemini honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. The Hanged Man, Four of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Oh, you've been off grid for a minute. Wow. Two of Swords. The High Priestess, Queen of Wands. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Overview, the Star. You have a lot of desire in you. You have a lot of hopes, but you're keeping that to yourself right now. What's important to you, what matters, what you reach for, what your vision is, you would know. I know this situation is important to you and it's part of your star. But right now, I see you being very much off-grid. I don't see how anyone can get a hold of you, and I don't think you want anyone to. The Hanged Man, Four of Swords, Page of Pentacles. You haven't just spent a little time with yourself. You spent a lot of time with yourself. Healing and just casually thinking about things, and that tells me nothing. But that's where your investment has been for a long time now. It is isolating, but it's intentional. It looks like you want to be left alone. You're thinking your thoughts, but you are way off grid, man. I don't know how anybody can reach you. The Star, nonetheless, whatever the situation is, it's important to you. Over here, Two of Swords, the High Priestess, Queen of Wands. Whoever this is, they don't know necessarily what you're up to, absolutely, Two of Swords, but they have a feeling things are going to be fine. Like, they know these things about you. They're not surprised about it at all. They kind of listen to themselves in regards to you and the connection. And as far as I can see, it is family-oriented. But this person's not worried about you at all. They question you sometimes, Two of Swords, like naturally looking at you. Huh, I wonder where Libra went. I don't absolutely know what they're doing. And they're right. Nobody knows absolutely. Honey, God doesn't know what you're doing right now. I mean, you are so off the grid. I cannot begin to tell you how hands-off this Libra is right now. You are in a suspended state, and you have been for a while. And for some of you, it's been a wall of silence for maybe a month. So I just want you, let's not take this for granted, what that looks like. I know it looks so simple. It's tarot. It's a couple of cards on the table. But how this plays out in a realistic 3D structure is that this Libra is checked out. Yeah. But you want to be. That's by choice. So when this person says, I don't actually know what Libra's up to, but I feel it's going to be okay. The High Priestess, Queen of Wands, that means they know you well enough. They know you well enough. This isn't the first time you've gone upside down for an extended period of time. Okay? They have a lot of good faith and confidence that they'll hear from you again, whoever this is to you. And then over here, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords. Yeah, like I said, I strongly suspect I'm looking at family concerns here. And you're part of it. You're aware. Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords. You know, sometimes those family connections, and that can include our deeper friendship connections as well. Those that are like family. You know, they can get a little tumultuous sometimes. Ten of Swords. It's not always easy. No, there can be a lot of upheaval there in the old Ten of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. You're saying there's always something there. And that perhaps some of you find your extended circles, your inner circles, exhausting. Because it's always something, it seems, going on. Maybe that's why you go upside down. And no one hears from you for weeks at a time. Because there's always something, it seems, in the family. And I know you don't want that. I know you want more for yourself and others. Okay? And at the Star, you have higher hopes and visions for yourself and everybody. You do. But you also need to take care of yourself. And in that space, where it seems like there's always something going on, you go out of your way to create your own space to withdraw from time to time. I have one person here who is connected to you. They know you well enough to say, I don't know necessarily what Libra gets up to, but intuitively I feel they'll be fine. And you must be. That means they are either part of your inner circle or they know you well enough to understand your circumstances. And I know it feels like that. I'm looking at this and I know it feels like an always thing. Capital A, capital L, W, A, Y. It's just all caps. Always. And if that's you, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just whip out that keyboard and be like, capital A. Always something going on in the family. I know that. I'm looking at it. I'm tired for you. The Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords. It's like there's always something in the family coming back around and it's exhausting. I know. I know. So looking at this, I'm looking at you. When you're ready to reemerge, will you? I have no doubt. Will you be a little more rested? Hopefully, yes. This person's not too worried about you. They don't seem to question your method, so that's good. But yeah, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right? I think you needed a break, because it does seem a little perpetual, doesn't it? A little ongoing, a little it never stops. I know. I know it feels like always, but not always. Not always. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't apologize. The cards are the cards. I have no control over that, but so I'm sorry this isn't a more woo reading, oh my God, how I think, no, real tarot is real life. And sometimes we're quiet and we're withdrawn and we just need to be small and look at ourselves for a while, before we can jump back into the swing of things and start contributing again and being an active member in our family circles again. And to be clear, I don't see you pointing fingers at anybody. They hurt me. No, you're saying overall, your inner circle, you find it exhausting, and this is experience over time. And you have your own particular method of pushing back on it or combating it, and that is by complete withdrawal. You know? I have one person you're connected to that seems to completely understand you. They get it, they don't question it, and they honestly feel that you'll come back out when you're ready. And it's no big deal. There you go. Ten of Wands, Six of Pentacles, King of Wands. It's really hard to keep a smile on my face. There's so much pressure to keep everything balanced and to do so with a certain kind of dignity. I understand. It's hard, guys. It's hard. It's hard. You are invested in keeping your balances balanced, but Ten of Wands. There's more of that 10. More 10, 10, 10. It's like, but these are not easy balances. Emotionally, 3D wise, there's some physical labor in here as well. There's a lot to do. And it wears up, you know. I'm sorry, it wears down on a person. Wears up. It wears up a person and it wears down a person too. Oh yeah. I understand. But you try. When you're in there, you're in there. You're an active participant and you say you do your share. And so you withdraw sometimes, yeah. When you feel you've done enough or you feel you've done too much, you withdraw. The Lovers, Page of Swords, FYI, someone keeps their eye on you. Okay, that happens all the time. If you're new to tarot, hi. This is what we call pop-up energies, right? But yeah, it's a bit of a pop-up. Now, it is someone within the community context, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, someone within the foundation. In other words, this is a known energy. In some way you've met them. I don't know to what degree or how well, but you've known them in some way. But in the foundation, you can share the same city, town. I have somebody here who keeps an eye on you. Okay. Now, it could be you keeping an eye on them. I just don't feel like that's the case. I feel like someone keeps an eye on you, especially if you've checked out for an extended period of time. This is someone who sees you as a very strong connection. Whether or not it's gone there or will go there, I don't know. I don't know. But just to let you know, it's not this person who seems to be familiar with your habits here. No, they feel you're going to be fine and you'll come back out when you're ready to. But this one might be a little more concerned about you because they don't know you perhaps as well. But yeah, according to that person who keeps an eye on you, you're the bee's knees. So FYI, maybe if you see that a little bit as a motivation to bring you back out, I don't know. But yeah, they definitely keep an eye on you. Whoever that is a little concerned. You know, they're just not as familiar with your method. Yes, I understand this one's very specific. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Romantic feelings, playfulness. Oh, well, no kidding. Yeah, they look at you for a reason. You provoke those romantic feelings, those special feelings. Get out of that Page of Swords, have a little more playfulness. Get Libra out of their funk. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, just because they're in the context of the foundation doesn't mean they're accessible. Clearly, you're not very accessible right now. But you have a lot attached to you in terms of responsibility. I see that. And sometimes you just take yourself off the grid, you know. Yes, luck is on your side, the ladybug. Yes, luck is on your side. Okay, good. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe you traded long enough that whatever this is in the family can maybe smooth itself out a little more without your assistance. Who knows? I suspect you did for it as much as you could. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I saw that. I know you wish this whole thing well. I know you do. You want the best for your family, but that doesn't mean you always have to be involved all the time. You said I carry more than my fair share as it is. I believe you. Now the anchor. That can either represent stuckness or stability. Depends on your mood. But no, I see it as an anchor. You're like, this is my way of life. I'm grounded here. I'm not going anywhere. I understand what my responsibilities are. Sometimes it feels stuck, yes. But for the most part, you see this as a stable, perhaps loyal, dedicated way of life, right? You're not going anywhere. These are your roots. This is where you are. You have every intent to stay. 35-2. But I understand. We don't need that one. MTP. We have the medallions of Cancer, Virgo, and Aries. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could in some way be connected to, particularly here, this might be an Aries influence. Of course, we are in the season, so the season might be important to you. Who that person is that keeps a little eye on you could be straight up Gemini energy. It doesn't have to be. But yeah, it could be any of those signs as well. Anyway, Libra, honey, I hope this helps you. I do. I hope you get the rest that you need and you have the perspective that you need. I hope things smooth out in the old family division. I have no doubt. Okay. And you're right. Prior to you going upside down, you fulfilled as much as you could before you had to stop. Okay. So know your limits. And that's always a good thing. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. What does that explain in the intro? Reverse those energies as you see fit. What's up? Page of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. All right. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. 8 of Wands, a little faster than you. That's okay. Well, let's see. We'll see if it's okay. The High Priestess. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Yeah, good. Overview, Knight of Cups. Oh, there you go. You're feeling it too. Good, good, good. Because right over here, you're like Cool Hand Luke. It's like, it's all good. It's all in hand. I'm not in a hurry. All is under control. I know what's up. I mean, like I said, it's very cool. It's very steady. It's very calm. I like it. The Knight of Cups. You're like, oh, yeah. Well, okay. Some softness, too. Yeah. I love it. So you are expressing yourself. Not just your thoughts and your goals. But you are emotionally participating in this. Good. Okay. Over here. There's a little faster. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 8 of Wands. So their energy is more like, hi, Taurus. Hi. 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 Hi, Taurus. You want to talk? Let's talk. You want to talk? Whoo, it's alive. Yours is a lot calmer, a lot steadier. It's like, okay, I'm wondering how you're going to receive that because it does kind of come in as a gust of wind. But you seem to like it. You seem to enjoy it. Let's put it this way. You get their energy. You get it. I think you're even into their vibe a little bit. The High Priestess, the feeling between you two. The High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Oh, yeah. You feel good about it on the inside. So while you have a cooler, slower exterior, theirs has a hotter pace, right? But actually, you two meet in the middle quite well, I must say. That's lovely. That's temperate. It's very considerate. You two actually tune into each other quite well. I like that. The High Priestess, you both experience this, and you both honestly feel good about the work you're putting into this. It feels good. It's given freely of the heart on both sides. I like it. And they can match a realistic pace. So even though this moves faster, it can put in the same work as you. This is good. For Taurus, this is good news. Okay. So yeah, you're definitely opening up to them. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying it's already underway. So I like it. I like it. It's very tidy. It's very straightforward. But yeah. The energy reminds me of Cinnamon when she's all hyped up. Hey, you want to play? Let's play. Let's play. Let's go outside. Let's go for a walk. Let's get some advice, please. Yes, your message has been blessed by Our Lady of Perpetual Long Care. I feel like we're off to a late start this season. Honestly, I think by now there should have been a lot more lawnmowers, trimmers, etc. You know the drill. Oh, goodness. 3 of Swords. Ace of Cups. King of Cups. Okay. There's a little bit of fear here. It's a little bit. That ain't bad. It's normal too. I call that normal. Three of Swords, Ace of Cups, King of Cups. This is someone who at the end of the day believes in love, wants to be open to love, is all for love, love for all, okay? Open to giving and receiving. That's just full on, I'm ready to love. I'm just a little scared. Just a little bit. This is normal. You ever been hurt before? Ouch. Yeah, it's normal. When you're opening the heart back up again, and you really want to get in there, right? You really want the whole experience. I want to fall in love. Yeah, this is normal. You know, we're all a little afraid of being hurt. The thing is, our heart, our cup, is it more ready than not? Is it more full than not? And that's it. I guess you could say that is the case for the both of you, honestly. But yeah, that heart is really ready. It is really full. The Three of Swords. We're all afraid to open up. A little bit, sure. But it takes work and healing to not live in that space of the Three of Swords. And know that you're ready for a brand new beginning in love. To fully embrace it. To not shy away from it. Okay. Temperance, like I said. Time and healing. That's usually the trick. I knew they were going to show me temperance. It didn't have to be all that. But yeah. Excuse me. I think it applies to you both, yes. Time and healing. I think you're ready. I think they are as well. And that's beautiful. I love it. And I like how you two are tuning into each other. That's good. Death, Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, for some of you it took a long time to get into that place. A long time. I mean, it's not a competition. Pain is never a competition, right? Death, Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. But that transformation took some time. That's either you or them, or again, it's speaking to the both of you a little bit. You're both ready, I maintain that. But for at least one of you, it was a heck of a thing. We were unhappy for a long time. Okay. So not just the ending of that unhappiness, but transformation. We're not here anymore. That took time. This is where you are today, right? You've done your work. Now it's time to enjoy the fruits of those healing labors, yes? Because healing is a labor. You didn't have to. You chose to. That's why I kind of dislike the saying, time heals all wounds. That's not a guarantee. Not at all. If you don't put in the work, you're actually not really healing. Just the pain is duller, right? You put in the work, right? You put in the healing work. Understanding that this is not where we want to be. Feeling like this forever and indefinitely. No. Time moves forward. Stand still for no man or woman. Right? So it's up to us to heal, to want to move on, to allow ourselves to will it and bring it into the world. So while your surface, your baseline looks easy, it looks so simple, so straightforward, there's a wealth of work behind it. For some of you, it's been a while since you cracked open that cup. If I were to dare hazard a guess, this is just me guessing, doing a little bit of tarot math. 10 years, some of you. Okay. Doesn't have to be, absolutely. Just for some of you. But good job. Getting to know each other. Oh yeah, you're in that phase, but I tell you what. The intuitive connectivity happens pretty darn quickly, easily. That's special right there. You get a feel for each other easily, which is good. So even though you have completely two different modes, yours is slower, more contemplative. Theirs is faster, very self-assured. You both meet in the middle of emotions and practical endeavors. Okay, but yeah, technically, if you must, you're still in the getting to know each other phase. And you like who you're getting to know, which is good. It seems like it's very easy to connect to them, yes? Beautiful. I don't know if old cosmic insights will help you, but let's take a look. Yeah. You're both highly intuitive. Like I said, you both tune into each other very quickly. You know that special sensation where it's like you get the impression of what they're thinking or feeling and neither one of you has to say it, you just kind of both inwardly know? Yeah. That's linking up pretty darn quickly. That's how you know you got something. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Owls in reverse. Trying not to overthink it. Okay. I see you're pretty smart, but you're trying not to overthink it. Okay. Harshness. The bullwhip. One of your symbols. Do you have thoughts or you're trying not to indulge in those thoughts that are harsh? Some of you have a tendency to be hard on yourselves mentally, and you said you would try not to do that so much. That's one of the things you had to work on. I understand. We are our own worst critics, yes? Not just in work, but goals, life, love. It takes a lot to overcome that dialogue in our head. You know? That's one of the things you've been working on. It's education. How to better honor yourself. Technically, spiritually, you're doing a better job of listening to yourself. And when and where and how you have done things right, so on and so forth. But you try to do a better job of listening to yourself positively. Okay. I don't know why that's specific to your reading or your feedback today. But it kind of speaks back to how much work you had to put into yourself. Or you feel that you did to get to this point of readiness in your life. But you're doing a much better job of listening to yourself positively and not just putting yourself down. Some of you are prone to ruminating thoughts. Okay? Okay. I don't know if this one's going to help you either. So here we have 12, 11, 30. Realizations. A lot of epiphanies, understandings, awakenings, insights, realizations. Good. Excellent. You've learned a lot about yourself and connectivity and what it should feel like and how it should progress. You like what you're experiencing. So it's like, I'm going to take this, I'm going to run with it. Well, maybe not run with it, but a brisk walk. I love it. Oh, 2 letters, N, I. Let's pull some more. Oh, so many. Okay, and H. We have the medallions of Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, Sag, Cancer, Taurus, you, and 2 Sag. Of course, you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Obviously, connecting to this season might be important to you. As far as I can tell, this is already happening. The expression is well underway, the conversations, the getting to know each other. But yeah, I think you will have experienced a more deepening effect by your season. I have no doubt. And the 4-leaf clover, bit of luck. Oh yeah, a little bit of luck at this time. That never hurt anybody, right? Doris, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Virgo. Like always, we're going to start on your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Okay, Ace of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Page of Wands, 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords. Okay. I'm sorry. 3 of Wands, Judgment. Oh, the World. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Overview. The Hanged Man. You've given this a lot of thought. For both things I'm saying here. You've given this a lot of thought, and you're showing me this is what I'd rather do. I don't blame you. It seems to be a better use of your time. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to chuckle. It's just you've given This situation, both situations, a lot of thought. And one, from this Virgo's point of view, is literally better use of your time. Otherwise, you're chasing smoke and dust, and what's the point of that? Over here, Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Many of you are talking. I don't know who you're talking to, but you're talking, and you're excited. You're saying you're looking forward to a brand new beginning. Are congratulations in order? It seems like something is within your grasp. It is so close. A new beginning in some way. Right now I'm defaulting to work, career, maybe a pay raise, a bonus, a title change. I don't know, but congratulations to you. This is the thing you've been holding out for. This is the thing you've been working so hard for, right? And you're talking. It's like, oh man, this thing is really paying off, or this thing's coming towards me. It's mine. I can't wait to fully claim it. It's so close. Like I said, it's within grasp. Over here, it's odd. Perhaps it makes more sense to you. But it seems just as you're getting the good news, someone decided to take their exit almost at the same time. Now, they thought about it. Page of Wands, Seven of Cups. They had a lot of options here, opportunities. And they decided this was the best exit, or the best time to exit. When you have the height of something coming through, it's kind of like saying, that's when I'm taking off. Shared, Three of Wands, Judgment, the World. Like I said, you've given a lot of thought to this person, that situation, and this one. I think you had the opportunity to ask this person to stay, to participate. Because you're kind of looking at this from a spiritual point of view and saying, maybe I should let them go and concentrate on this. What's a better use of my time, energy, and effort and lessons here in Judgment? Three of Wands, Judgment, the World. Now, don't get me wrong. They were part of this decision as well. But you both had the opportunity to stay in each other's lives in some way. But after much deliberation, you kind of went nah, and they kind of went nah. So again, I go back to my original assessment. You understand them parting ways was probably the best decision they could make for themselves, just like you. Okay? You fully claiming this new opportunity was the best decision for you. Does that make sense? It's interesting. Six of Pentacles, the Hermit, that's you, the Star. Yeah. You really were contemplating best interest from a practical standpoint, and then also best wishes, best practices for yourself and that situation. Like I said, you had given this a lot of thought. This is what's best for me, and this seems like this is what's best for you. We could ask each other to stay in each other's lives, and there's this idea here of waiting to discover more, to do more or feel more with each other. But as I know, why belabor the point, right? You see this as the best possible wish and opportunity for you, and maybe this is theirs. Yeah, this is something important to you, and now's the time to claim it, right? There's that Seven of Cups again. Twice. Two of Swords, confusion. Initially they were confused if they should stay. Nine of Pentacles. There was that thing about what's best for me. Again, they had the option to stick around and see you accept that Ace of Pentacles. And maybe you two can continue to work together, or I don't know. There seems to be this vague idea of emotional exploration. Might still be available. But you kind of went, nah. And they did too. It's not dramatic at all. It's not loud. It's not angry. It really does seem to be decisions made on both sides from a practical but healthy standpoint of what's best for me and what's best for you. At first they weren't sure if they should stay, but then they made up their mind. It looks like there's something they needed to do for themselves too. Nine of Pentacles. Trust that they can make up their own mind, right? They can make their own decisions just like you did. No, but this, it's so vague. There's this idea that the emotions might continue, that they might continue to be explored, but neither one of you was terribly convinced that that's what you wanted to do, you know, or continue to pursue, I should say. Anything else, please? Three of Wands at distance. You know what's interesting? You could, both of you, show me that this was a matter of distance and it was just really impractical. Fine. That's a fair argument. Long-distance relationships, if that's what this is, are very hard to maintain. If you're in it, you got to know what you agreed to. It's not easy. And most people need to try it out to find out. You know what I mean? What I'm actually seeing here is the metaphor for distance. You two had become very distant. You know that old saying, we've just changed so much. And you're right next to each other. And your change isn't necessarily bad or wrong, and neither is theirs. It's just we're not on the same path for change anymore. Okay. I really do feel like I'm looking at that old saying, we've just grown apart, even though you two might have been standing side by side. Yeah. You mean well when you say, I need to move on to my best interest, and so do you. I say no animosity here, no drama, no nothing. Just this vague idea we could continue. But is that what's right for either of us? Unrequited. Okay, that's okay. Sometimes I think I should just start with the oracles first. Unrequited. In some way it wasn't connecting. Again, the idea of emotional exploration was so vague and non-committal, and I think on both sides. So there might have been some feelings here and there, but nothing so strong that was guiding either one of you in the direction of a relationship. And that's good. That tells me you were both listening to yourselves. You weren't trying to force something into existence that shouldn't be, right? And that's when we get ourselves into real trouble. You know? Insisting something's there, we just got to dig it out. No. I'm glad, because that means you chose well for you, and so did they. Okay, so good job. It's interesting, the timing. So maybe there's something to that, right? I'm leaving right on time, just as Virgo's getting this new thing for the new beginning. It means they're happy for you, but they chose their exit carefully. Seven of Wands, the message. Oh, I think that's the idea. You two are going to continue to plan to talk. I'm not saying you have to, but there's the word messages here twice. I think the idea is that you two are going to continue to keep the lines of communication open. You know, for companionship, maybe friendship, not absolutely. I don't think we're trying to excuse me. I just did that thing where I smashed a couple of words together. It was the word vague and something else to create this vague idea of an emotional-based relationship. No, I think you both are too mature for that. I think you two really do plan or promise to keep in touch. Okay? There seems to be some comfort in that, and I like that. 7-14 and great fortune. Oh, yeah. No, congratulations. Well done. Well done. Congratulations are in order. Absolutely. 26. Good job. pride. You know, I hate it when in oracles or in tarot, there's always that one assumed interpretation. That bothers me. I typically see it in oracles more than anything else. It automatically assumes pride in the negative. I hate that. All energy, just like in real life, has a positive and negative meaning. It was from a point of pride and personal integrity that allowed you to choose what was right for you and them too. I think what I see here today were two healthy forms of pride. Knowing what's best for the self. Neither one of you was a dick about it. Let's put it that way. No. And you could say there was an argument here of stubbornness, but honestly, honey, if it was unrequited, then it's unrequited. There's nothing to argue with. You know, that doesn't mean these two people don't care about each other. Otherwise, would they agree to stay in touch? That's literally stay in touch. No, I see nothing but healthy pride here, making good, healthy choices. Okay? But yeah, you know, and again, you cannot work with what you do not have. So if the feelings were stronger on both sides, you two would have made choices that were more in alignment towards each other, not separating. So yeah, no, I see healthy pride here. WEP. We have the medallions of Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. Virgo, honey, congratulations to you once more. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn, please. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. Yeah. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Wands, the Hierophant. Oh, yeah. Over here. Knight of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords. Odd. Three Cups, oh. Yeah, I'd be defensive too. I got you. Okay. My goodness. You, Capricorn, honey, has anyone ever told your collective you have a kind of flair? You have a way of picking up these energies that you're like, don't even get me started, okay? You don't even know. I'm going to tell you all about it. Because you have a flair of picking up people in your life that are just like, there's that Capricorn magic. There's that Capricorn collective. I want to get in on that. How do I do that? And it's like, honey, we're limited edition. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't, what is it with your sign that you get this? I either see you holding out stubborn love, it's got to be the best, or you're already in something and someone is trying to get your attention and you don't like it. I tell you what, and it's not the kind of attention that you wanted. It still isn't. I very rarely say this, but Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant, you're happily tied down, committed, even if it's not as in paper commitment as in marriage. You're saying, I'm devoted to this. I ain't going nowhere. In fact, you a little cocky about it. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Wands. The Hierophant. It's like, honey, Capricorn's taken. I mean, like I said, we're limited supply, you know. Yeah, you're very comfortable here. Very. And in fact, you're showing me a lot of assurance too. Like, and I know where that comes from. That's that Capricorn spirit. See, this is what I got here. Christina, it's the best. Can't be broken, can't be modified, can't be changed. It just can't. It's the best. And Nine of Wands is in your overview. Right now, you're showing me you're on the defense. You're deflective. In fact, you're a little angry, a little testy. Not with your comfort zone or even your marriage. It's whomever this is. Someone is walking away from you kicking rocks. And I'm like, wait a minute, you just told me you were happily tied down. Who is this? And it's not the one you have tied down. This is someone who kind of wishes they were tied down to you. Knight of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords. And like I said, it's an emotional sulkiness. I get it. It's painful. What they just went through was painful. what they went through was painful, so I am sympathetic. Their emotional expression just got rejected by you. Okay. This either happened for you or it hasn't, and it either happened very recently or it hasn't. Don't compromise yourself. It either is or it isn't. That's it. If it's not, check your other placements. Because this is fresh. They're still leaving. They're still processing. They're hurt. I understand that level of pain and rejection, but also you're committed. You're with somebody. So I don't know what the expectation was, because by all rights you said I do love them. They're a friend. So it seems to me we have a misunderstanding here. 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. To my knowledge, you are mixing and mingling with them as a known friend. What do I say about the 2 of Cups all the time? It's a bond. It can be a deep bond, a shallow bond, the kind you have with a family member, the kind you have with a friend, the kind I have with my neighbor Bob, who is lovely, but he's going to be a limited, very limited emotional experience, okay? I love him as my neighbor and as an elderly citizen, okay? He's delicate, so I care about him, yes. But am I in love with him? No. And that's the 2 of Cups, guys. I don't know until I see it. And from what I can tell, you connected to this friend as a friend. You authentically care about them as a friend. You joined cups with them as a friend. But to them, right, because they experienced this with you, they might have felt something was happening between you two beyond friends. So that's the funny thing about perspective, energy, and tarot. You experienced this one way, they experienced it another way. Okay. And I can see why you got your wall up, your guard up. It looks like you recently had to deflect them. Okay, or put them off, or reject them. Or put your wall up. Like, no. No. Okay. You look like you're pretty tied up in the good ways. You know, for any other kind of tie-up scenarios, you're going to have to check out your intimate tarot reading. But, yeah, okay. All right, let's get some advice here. Oh, 9 of Wands twice. Oh, my. Yeah. The last time you two balanced, it didn't go so well. 6, and that was the balance through your eyes. It was just a kind of standard point of connectivity. Like you really did see yourself connecting to them as a friend. And you would, it's like, Capricorn, do you love this person? Absolutely I do. As a friend. And you would mean it. But yeah, the last point of connectivity, real world connectivity, 3D, we had to be strong-willed and push them away. So again, strength works both ways, to push away or pull towards you. Just depends on context. It takes an equal amount of force. You had to use strength of will to push this away. It's like, I will not connect to this or you anymore. Okay. It looks like that's the last time you saw them. In some way, it was brought up. Page of 5 of Cups, Queen of Cups, yeah. They're still looking at you, even though they exit. That's them processing emotions. They're processing. The disbelief is high right now for them. Like, how could I misjudge that? How could I be wrong? I thought we had a little something in the undertone between us. And you're like, there was no undertone. We were friends. When I called you friend, I meant it. And if anything, you're like, how could you misinterpret that? Page of Swords, 5 of Cups, Queen of Cups. I see a small eye here, but a big heart. So what happened is that we developed a strong emotional bond, right? But we didn't increase our knowledge to see if it matched what we were feeling. So this is the consequences sometimes, guys, of having a small eye. The whole thing about the Page of Swords, I notice the King of Swords is underlying, so it's going to help my point. You start here with a small idea. You keep an eye on it. But the idea is you grow with the knowledge. And you master the knowledge. Okay? Using logic, reasoning, rationality. We didn't want that. We didn't want to see that. We wanted to feel the feelings. We didn't want to see the truth. Okay? And Five of Cups. That tells me they have experience with this. You know, developing feelings with someone that weren't there. They have experience with it. Okay? But you know what? Let's not make it worse. I would just well, right now you're doing the correct thing. I think you drew the line in place, said no. You and I are Six of Pentacles friends. Now we have a point of correction for that knowledge. Okay? In other words, there's no reason not to know now. Ooh. Nine of Pentacles, the Star, the Emperor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. You personally are saying you're exactly where you want to be. You know, Nine of Pentacles, the Star. The Emperor here, actually in Aries season, you're saying a lot of things are coming true for you that are good and beautiful and wonderful, and you've put a lot of hard work into those dreams. And also with some person here that I strongly suspect you see as your equal. You're saying you put a lot of hard work into this commitment, and it's been your dream, and you have your dream, and you're not going to compromise that. Okay, that's fair. No, it's beautiful. So aside from this, this actually tells me where you are outside of that occurrence, which is good. I quite like where you are, and more to the point, so do you. So you bring a lot to the table, so does your person, and I can see why you have a kind of natural pride around it. I don't blame you. You two are hardworking, and you work towards a common goal or dream of unity, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. So I can see why your protective self kicked in and put a stop to this. But at some point, yeah, it looks like the subject was broached. Okay. You know, it's one thing, I get it if this person was upset or in pain if you led them on. We're more than friends. There are feelings here. I could see why then they'd be upset. The reason I dismissed it is because when you said, no, this is a balance to me. And yes, I care about them, but it's not like that. It told me a lot. You know? Separation. Yeah, I can see where they are separating themselves from you. Okay? So I don't know how you know them, contextually speaking, in your 3D world, but I see them gaining distance from you. Well, that makes sense. And you probably made that clear with your Nine of Wands twice. So we can't say we're surprised. Chemistry. Yeah. You know what? It's interesting. You're showing me you have a lot of chemistry with your partner here. But I think the idea is that you and I could have a lot of chemistry beyond friendship. I think that was the idea. I think that they were feeling the chemistry towards you, not the other way around. Okay. I think what I'm seeing is infatuation. I am. I would put good money on that. Infatuation. That small eye, that small sword, big heart infatuation. Okay. And you're like, no, I don't do crushes, honey. I have a big life with a partner. You're right. This kind of thing is not built on infatuation. Right? Is this... I don't say that they're younger than you. They've done this before. I know they've had experience like this before, but it feels like someone who's been emotionally perhaps Well, stunted, I suppose. A little immature. Water sign. Yeah. Oh, did I not say that? I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, I could see that. Sure. An underdeveloped water sign specifically. All signs have the potential to be developed or underdeveloped or right in the middle. I believe this is an underdeveloped water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Absolutely. Knight of Cups didn't tell me too much, but when I saw that Five of Cups with the Queen of Cups, someone who's more in their feels as opposed to paying attention to what's actually going on. You know, that's underdeveloped water. Okay. I know it. I know it. I'm not trying to pick on my people, but the fact of the matter is there are undeveloped earth signs, undeveloped fire, so on and so forth. You can't take it personally in tarot. It is what it is. You know, I've met plenty of underdeveloped Scorpios. We don't hang out too often, let me tell you, if at all. There's only so much of that petty, mean, shadowy energy I can handle, man. You know what I mean? You ever hung out, let me put it this way, you ever hung out with an underdeveloped Capricorn? I don't know what you're talking about. Good for you. I do. I can remember my first introduction to your sign. Oh boy, it left quite the impression, I'll tell you what. And then I obviously met other Capricorns who were more developed. I'm like, okay, this is what your sign is about. Okay. So, anyway, I'm just letting you know I understand. All right, the storm. Yeah, a bit of a storm there. Not for long. You put the squash on that real fast. 9 of Wands twice. So it's like, no storms in here. And you're right, Book of Wisdom, because you know better. You do know better. I know. You know better, and the idea is so should you. I'm with somebody. I'm reaching for big dreams with my partner. I'm not open like that, and anything else is a misunderstanding on your part. But from what I understood, we were genuinely friends. Any chemistry is entirely from your point of view, not mine. Okay, I get you. Beauty. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that they would describe you as a beauty. Indeed. Charming, graceful. Oh, certainly. You're very capable. But yes, this beauty already has a partner. Okay. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. I saw what I needed to see. Habit. Suppose you give me any deck of cards, I'm going to start working it. I won't even acknowledge it sometimes. Let me know if you know. We have R, B, T, 2 Gs. We have the medallions of Sagittarius, Gemini. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. Gemini season is a little further out from where we are, but it's 6-7 weeks. 8 weeks tops. But yeah, I can't help but think this is happening very soon, if it hasn't happened already. I don't think it's that drawn out. I really don't. I think these signs are the energies coming from within, or perhaps without. Either your partner here, okay, or this person. But again, I'm leaning towards water on that one. Doesn't have to be. Just letting you know. Pegasus in reverse. That usually denotes lack of choice or a sense of lack of freedom. Someone who refuses to acknowledge their wings, so therefore they do not fly. I think you're showing me, though, in a way of, this isn't a choice here. There is no choice. I'm with somebody. I'm not a choice. I'm not an option. I'm not free to fly. I'm not free to choose you. And I think that's what the direction of this is. Okay. Okay. Cappy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. As I explain the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. Okay. Let's do one more because that was so dissatisfying. I don't like a dissatisfying shuffle. I don't. That's better. Yeah, 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 3 Cups. I mean, you know what my thought was, right? Because the Scorpio I'm looking at, you're feeling it before I'm thinking it. So that's just, well, I'll get to it. Page of Cups, Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Oh, shared. No, you, death. Oh my God. Oh man, I knew it. Knights of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Dang, bro. You said it once, you said it twice. Actually, like I said, your opening energy told me a lot. Oh yeah, the Chariot's in your overview. It's like I am moving forward, but not with you. And there's so much of this. My people are here today. Yep. Hashtag Scorpio in the house. I mean, yeah, my people are here today. It's like, yeah, I'm moving forward. And I tell you where I'm not moving forward. Yeah, the first three cards alone, you had your big billboard out, and it has one message on it. Fuck off. And that's Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands, Three of Cups. Why? Why are we... I know why. It's a rhetorical question. It's just still the punctuation of it. The absolute punctuation of it. I'll tell you what. No. For those of you who are not into swear language, that's a no. Over here, Page of Cups, Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Hey, let's open up. Let's hang out. Let's balance. Scorpio, let's balance. And what does that mean to you? I don't know, but you're not into it. Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles doesn't tell me much. It really isn't. You're kind of saying it's a way to hang out, yeah, socially, emotionally, connecting, reconnecting, but it also says it could be anybody. And you don't want to be treated like just anybody. I got it. Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. For this person, from their point of view, you're an option, but you're not interested in being anybody's option. So, like I say, that's why I'm not one of those tarot reader guys. I'm not one of those people that see the Seven of Cups and I wet myself. No, no, not at all. Because it's not very fun when you're an option in someone else's eyes. It's not very fun when you're one of the pentacles of a Two of Pentacles. You understand? No, real life. Real tarot is real life. You don't think it's amusing. Not at all. And the thing is, they're like low-key persistent, but it's so friendly. It's like you got super blunt with it. No. No. Page of Cups, you want to hang out, let's balance. So here's the thing. It's kind of like saying, let's be emotionally expressive, but not too much, and balance here and there. Infrequently, informally, nothing crazy. So it's fine if that's what you want to do. It's just very open-ended. It's very vague and literally the kind of balance or being open with somebody that you could have with anybody. You're not interested in being somebody's anybody that they could hang out with. So at least not them. Maybe if it was a Seven of Cups and a Six of Pentacles from someone else, but not this one. I don't know, honey. Death, Knights of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Oh, finally, we take the hint. You said no. And you meant it. No, it's like, I'm not going to do a reverse Uno on this. I meant no. Any opportunity to transform that? No. No. It's like, I'm not getting emotionally involved with you. No. So again, who knows? Maybe that Scorpio, a Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles would have been just fine. Except for where this one was coming from. I don't know. It is very open-ended. It is very loose. It is very non-conformist. It's very, I don't want to do labels. Right? I don't want to get caught up in labels. What does that even mean? Like dating? What does that even mean? What does exclusive even mean? Like, okay. Sorry, I'm pressuring you with words, but no, you're not into it. You're not into it. So for the Chariot, nonetheless, I see you moving forward, but whatever that means to you, I mean, that's going to be a very Scorpio thing. I'm moving forward as I see fit. Just not with you, and that's all you need to know, honey. Okay, damn. I didn't put the attitude on that. You did. I've done this shit. I'm done with that. I'm too old for this stuff. But you're that Scorpio. I guess you figured out you're too old for this too. Death, Knights of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. No. No, but I'm glad that they took the hint. They're going to stop asking. Good. Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Now, mind you, had it been like a 3 of Cups, maybe a Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, and you know, more of a starting reference. I don't know. It was just beginning, and it's okay. You're just getting to know somebody, and it's barely connected. This suggests let's consistently do the same thing over and over again. Make a habit out of it. Like, I don't want to make a habit out of that. Because 6 of Pentacles gets more into the space of habitual balance. We can count on this to some degree, even if it's infrequent. So that's where we get this notion of breadcrumbing. It connects here and there. It has some kind of structure, but it's not the kind you should necessarily give to or commit to. So, if that's what you were looking for, no problem. But it is not what you is looking for. The High Priestess, 5 of Wands, the Empress. Intuitively. Okay. The Empress. You know that you're worth more, so let's get that off the table right now. You know you're worth more. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the 5 of Wands. Intuitively, you were expecting a little fight, little words, little heated words. Oh, I can imagine. There was some pushback there. Yeah. It was brief. I don't think they tried more than once, maybe twice. I like how people will argue with you like that's supposed to make you more agreeable to how they see things. So let me argue with you or insult you until you agree to my terms. For people with very poor self-esteem, it absolutely works, yes. And my heart goes out to those folks, but that's not you. That's not you. 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords, Page of Swords. Keep looking. Keep looking. Okay? You'll probably get more looking at my ass than my face. Go ahead, keep looking. Keep looking. I'm out. 9 of Cups. You just do what's right for you. That's it. That's all any of us can do. Do what's right for you. This was clearly distasteful to you. Very distasteful. And there might have been a little bit of pushback. You don't like labels? Well, here's the problem. I'm a wordsmith. Something like that. But yeah, no, just move on, honey. 9 of Cups. This is not what you want. Don't. Just keep on moving. Keep on moving. They can watch you. They can watch you go. It's like, trust me. You get a better view anyway. And give my ass a little kiss before you watch it goodbye. Okay, sorry. I don't know, man. It's just, yeah, no, I got it. Okay, we're done. We're done. You're done. I'm done. We're all done. Okay. It was very short. This was extremely brief, very soon. So if we got past the initial contact of whatever this is, you figured it out for what it is, you dialed it in sooner rather than later, good. That means you listened to yourself. You rejected it. It's at that point where it's going to have a retry or reapproach. Okay? Because like I said, it tries until it stops. Okay. Yeah. Let go. Let go. Let go. Reconciliation? Stay optimistic about your love life? Yes, indeed. That's why you continue to proceed forward, not because you don't believe in your love life, but because you do. That's why you move forward. This is not your stopping point, and you damn well know it. But there's this point where we can work it out, we can get back together, whatever that means to this person without labels or definition. Let's just keep it loose, friendly, okay. I'll keep it so loose you'll never see me again. How about that? Reconciliation, no. Stay optimistic, but yeah, let go. And it says specifically let go of control issues, but honestly here, honey, this wasn't about you exerting your will. It was someone trying to get you to see things from their point of view. 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Literally, you can have that kind of non-structure, open-ended, non-structure kind of structure with anybody. Sorry about that, Scorpio, honey. I forgot to mention we're running late into the afternoon. This is nothing new. I actually had quite the break between Libra and Taurus's unintentional break, 2 hours. My other work cut through and demanded my attention. So yeah, we're running late today, but got everything back in order. All is well. Now, all right. Yeah, so let go of control issues. Specifically, you don't want to be part of this, and you don't want to control it either. You don't know. This isn't something that you want to negotiate with or try to control. And then also you don't want to be subject to someone else's terms and conditions for whatever the meeting agreement is. It's just not working for you. Okay. I don't know, guys. I just see you protecting yourself and your interests. Patience, time. Continue to manifest. You want proper commitment. Give yourself patience, and that does not mean wait. That means patience. Patience is a skill. Waiting is not. So exercise patience. Know what it is that you want. Manifest accordingly. Commitment. If you want commitment, someone who's not afraid of labels. Someone who's not afraid to get their hands dirty and put in the real work. Someone who's actually ready for the whole thing. The enchilada plus the sides. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Patience. Don't stop here. Okay. I know. You want true heart. This is more or less what you would think of as the Two of Cups or the lovers. But it's like true unions. True souls, if you will. The swans. The 24. I know. That's what you really want. You two are nowhere near that. Whoever this is. But that's what we do want. Right? And that's beautiful. That's a good thing. Someone who's like you. Right? Unexpected income. Oh, that's true. Congratulations to you. That could also represent, by the way, the oracles need to be taken with some flexibility. A brand new beginning in love. It could be the Ace of Pentacles, but for others of you, unexpected income. Maybe not so unexpected if you've been working hard for a raise. And perhaps, like I said, there's new opportunities in the mix and you don't quite see it just yet. In love or in coin, or perhaps a combination of the two. 24, 27. That's beautiful. Lovely. Anything else, please? It's on a different path. It's marked on this trail. Do you see the trail? The chariot on the trail. It's marked for that trail. So when you make more progress and moving forward, okay, you're on a new pathway. Boom, there it is. Patience, guys. Not indefinite waiting. Patience. Right one, right time. Let go of the ones that are the wrong ones. Don't try to compromise with them and don't compromise yourself, okay? Or you just end up in a compromising situation. That's no good. Someone who is like you, ready for love and ready to put in the work and ready to use labels. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, it's a little bit more on the side of lusting. I wouldn't know that. 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. But if that's what this person was hoping for, something that was semi-predictable, open to emotional flexibility, and that means sexual availability for some of you, but without giving too much to it, then it was probably, well, I suppose you could say more along the lines of scheduled sexual maintenance or some shit like that. I don't know. Guys, it's just, you weren't having it. You weren't having it. You weren't impressed. And as soon as you saw it for what it was, you're like, okay, I'm out of here. Okay, lusting. It's just, that's the key word here. Non-committal sexual energy. Cake and eat it too type, you know? Yeah. Can we make that a semi-regular practice? What do you say, Scorpio? How does it sound to you? Would you like to be my Friday night at 2 a.m.? No labels. But hey, you could fill that time slot between midnight and 4 a.m. How about it? You and me. Because that's what it sounds like to me. When people put themselves in these semi-emotional, sexual, compromising situations, that's all you're agreeing to, is to have sex on a fairly regular basis. Not to get too emotional, and don't put too much 3D into it. That's all I hear. When the chemistry wears off, when the high wears off, I'm like, this is what we're working with. This. Yeah, cheap is cheap, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It wears off. The big spenders spending the heart first. Remember that. Okay? Okay, G, N, T, and C. We have the medallions of Libra and Leo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. I feel like my lisp got a little bit in the way there, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat that. G, N, T, C. Okay. All right, Scorpio, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well, and good luck on your new path. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, Queen of Cups. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man. Shared, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Emperor. Okay. All right. At first I was like, what's the point? Eventually there is a point. Overview. Yeah, Five of Cups. You're okay. I see that you are trying to open up above and beyond the Five of Cups. Now, I know you've experienced it. All water signs have. Five of Cups. Stuff of the past. All right. The stuff that did not work out. The shadows, the sadness, the regret, the spilt cups. We all have them. As a water sign, though, your job there, okay, every now and again, you're going to get swept up in the feels. Learn from the past. Don't get lost to it. All right? You'll be okay. If you can remember that simple trick, you'll be okay. Learn from the past. Don't get lost to it. We must learn, otherwise we'll repeat it. You don't want to repeat that, do you? No. Okay, then. I say that because I get concerned about us with the Five of Cups there, you know. And Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, Queen of Cups. Now, here's the thing. You are interested in opening up. You are interested in feeling love again. In fact, for some of you, it's only recently kind of occurred to you. I mean, really recently. Now, Page of Swords, one of two things. Either someone's looking at you, and technically someone is, or B, it's the seed of an idea. And for you, it's actually both. Someone is looking at you. I see them right here. At first, I didn't understand why. I see later why. And then you. It's the start of an idea. Pisces, are we thinking we want to open up? Are we thinking we want to open our heart? Now, you're already kind of bypassing options in love, which is good. Because water signs, even though it's a Seven of Cups card, we fool around with it the least. It's like I'm either open or I'm not. Right? It's not really about having options available to us, but are we open to the process? And Queen of Cups says, I could be. I think I could be. I don't know. It's still kind of growing on me. And it is kind of growing on you. It is. Now, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man. That was interesting. Because for all intents and purposes, I see something being aimed at you. And it looks like a brand new opportunity or a very strong one. And Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man. This is intentionally holding it off. Intentionally. What's interesting is that note of frustration. So it's like someone either has an offer to give you and they're resentful about it, or they're having to restrain themselves. The Hanged Man. They're restraining themselves. For now. Nine of Pentacles, you. Ace of Wands, the Emperor. This person wants to make their best move at the right time. I'd like to see more. I'd like to finesse a little more out of you, out of this person, and the Emperor. So this is someone who knows how to delay their own sense of wants or gratification. In other words, they want you to take them seriously. So they must know. They must know to some extent. I'm not saying they know you very well, but they know enough about you to hold off on that offer. You're just now starting to show signs of waking up that is in some way visible. Because otherwise they have amazing instinct to withhold that offer. And Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and then boom, there it connects. And it's very commanding at this point. Now, they're not telling you what to do. They're saying, I'm empowered. I'm I'm an equal. Please see me. Because they see you as a Nine of Pentacles, someone who is very independent, capable. And then, of course, you know, single, but also capable. Nine of Pentacles. You don't get that from looks alone. No. All you need is a wand. So it's not really how attracted they are to you, but how they perceive you as someone who's very capable. And I like that. I like how they see you in the 3D. Someone who is worth giving their best to, but showing restraint to. They must know in some way that perhaps you're still recovering, and for some of you this might be mourning. It's not just love of the past, but mourning. For some of you, there's that too. And if that's you, I am sorry. They got good instinct then. Okay, but when the time is right, I see you two mixing, and it's going to strike as new. Yes. So, they have an idea of you. They see you as a realistic possibility. Someone who's grounded, right? But also someone who is emotionally beautiful, or could be. Let's get some advice, please. Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and there it is. That's actually your court card. That's lovely. Is that coming towards you, or are you expressing yourself towards them? Oh, well, you're still expressing yourself towards them. But no, I don't see you as the initiator. I don't. I see you responding. You'll know what to do. You'll have perfect clarity by the time this thing comes through. The Fool. Seven of Cups. Oh, the Shadow. Oh. Seven of Cups. The Fool. You're a little afraid. Pretty normal for a water sign. A little afraid. Like I told you, you just started. Page of Swords. So give yourself a break. I told you, it's not just them looking at you, it's the seed of an idea. You just started thinking about opening up, and yeah, it's going to be scary. Look at that tug of war. Look at that tug of war over that Seven of Cups, which is right here. Look at that tug of war. I'm as free as a bird, and I'm fucking terrified. Brand new beginning. Oh, joy. I can't open up. It's impossible. It is literally impossible, Christina. Oh my gosh. I have a brand new beginning ahead of me. Fuck brand new beginnings. We can't handle it. See what I'm saying? That's an internal devil. External devils are easy to call. That's when someone else's shadow is casting itself upon us. This is internal. I told you, you just started waking up, so give yourself some grace, okay? It's okay. It's okay to feel this, and it's okay to feel this. Just don't indulge in this guy. Because if this guy wins, he's going to talk to you like this. Pisces, you don't need to open up. You know what happens when you open up, don't you? You get hurt. You always get hurt. Now, let's stay trapped in our head for the next 5 hours and replay all the old footage of all the shit that didn't work out. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make some popcorn. We can turn it into an all-nighter. That's what he talks like. The Fool is also your spirit, too. Lean into this guy. We're right here. This one's got good instinct, then. This got some very good instinct. That's good. So by the time it does interact with you, you'll know what to say. You'll know what to do. You're clear as a bell. Queen of Swords, you're clear as a bell. Okay? Clear as a bell. You know how to express yourself. You're a big Pisces. It's just that initial fear. All right? And expect it again. By the time this comes forward, you're going to feel it again. Just your rational mind knows better. It does. All right? Look at that. You're a solid person. Trust that. The emotions get in the way. Don't succumb to them. You know better. All right? That's what I'm saying. Learn from the past. Don't get lost to it. All righty. Got to tell you, that looks like a solid person there. Not physical so much. I don't have the impression. But I mean, their spirit's solid and they got good instinct. They're waiting for the timing to be right, whatever that means. But it's in respect to you and where you are. So take that into consideration. I know. Okay, so we had a separation. Okay. And you had to free yourself. I know. And you're still freeing yourself. Remember, freeing yourself is a process. There's the physical liberation. I'm out of there. There's the mental liberation. I can give this up mentally. Emotional liberation. You see what I'm saying? You still have some spiritual liberation to do. It feels weird to be free, doesn't it? Mixed feelings. You got to get that sorted, all right? But you're on your way. You're on your way. I'm not too worried about you. Like I said, when you're ready to talk, you're clear as crystal. Which is wonderful. I'm not advising you to rush into someone's heart or their bed. Not at all. But just know you're more inclined than you are disinclined. Cycles. Oh, yeah. Guardian. Oh, you know what? You have a guardian angel. So they're not just here to tell you when something should be closed out. They also tell you when it's time to open up. Yeah, it works both ways. People so very much focus on the negative, the red flags. Angels' voices, your influences, if you will. It works both ways. Hey, Pisces, check this out. It might be okay. Those are just as relevant. I'm sure you had some insight about why you needed to close this out. Well, listen to that same insight, that same feeling about maybe why you might open this up. Okay? So just FYI. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's not much left of it, but we're still technically in Aries season, so, yeah. Occupation. Many of you had to work very hard to change your destinies. Whatever this is was not in alignment to your destiny. In some way you knew that, and you can't take it with you. I'm glad you let it go. Okay? Even if you were kicking and screaming while you did it, you let it go because it was not part of your path. There's something here, it's like I believe in hard work. I want to put in the work either in your goals, your life, or in love. It doesn't matter. You wanted to put in the hard work and you're saying it's part of your path. And whatever that is, couldn't hack it. This one won't have that problem. Home. You want home. You want unity. You want love, stability. You want a real relationship where two contribute to love and stability. These are good things. 24, 4, 34, 16. We have the letters Q, X, J, U, and O. And we also have the Rose of Venus. For some of you, Pisces might be your Venus placement. Yeah, perhaps it is theirs. But Venus, often associated with the Empress. I have an Emperor here. You might be their equal. Or you theirs. Better said. Okay. You held out for more. You're going to get more. Be on the lookout, yeah? Pisces, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? Show me, Cancer. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, right? But as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and the World. What? Cancer, what? Cancer said what? Okay. Six of Wands, King of Wands, and Judgment. And shared, Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. The Moon. Yeah, keep yourself to yourself. I understand. You got your own secrets. I have no problem with people keeping secrets. None whatsoever. I'm Scorpio. Who would I be without my secrets? You know, the only difference between my sign and everybody else is that we acknowledge it. That's all. But yeah, the Moon. Keep your secrets by all means. Just don't keep them from you. That's all. That's the difference between people who get lost to their shadows and people who work through them. We understand and acknowledge our secrets. So you're keeping quiet. You're keeping yourself to yourself. But here's the deal. This is a big one. This is a big one. This is interesting. I'm looking at an interesting Cancer today. Moon, you're keeping yourself to yourself. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the World. It looks like you did the world's quietest exit. You just went, I'm not going to work today. And you didn't. You just didn't show up. No reason. No explanation given. No notice. No nothing. Now, it's either literal work, as in earning coin work, or it's the metaphor of you putting work into something. It's like, I just stopped showing up. And so you just got that kind of Cancer smile on your face. You know? Okay, over here, Six of Wands, King of Wands, Judgment. As you take your exit, but it's quiet. It's so weird. This is so weird. As you take your quiet, silent exit, you just stop showing up to something, somewhere. Someone comes on through, and I'm not going to lie. The energy is vibrant, yes. Passionate, yes. Maybe a little ego-driven, okay. I can see that with the Six of Wands, King of Wands. But it just seems to pop up, Judgment. So I have someone here who's coming on through right as you take a very silent exit. Shared, Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles, whatever this is, you don't want a refresher course. You could have taken the refresher course, but you said, no. No refresher course for this Cancer. I'm just going to be super quiet. So no, even though it looks like coin, and I know this confuses people, we're not talking about coin, are we? Cancer, no, we're not talking about coin. I don't think you are. No. Because I see a little bit of your passion over here. Knight of Wands. I see a lot of it from this person. And then over here that was shared, you're not interested in sharing it anymore. Whatever this is, I could see that you used to put a lot into it. Perhaps you assumed you always would. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. I know at some point you liked feeding the flame of this and you built into it and you built into it. But at some point you decided to stop. You didn't want to build into it anymore. Or give it your time, energy, effort, attention anymore specifically. And that can include, if I may, your sexual energies as well. Because that's what I believe I'm looking at here. But you associate it strictly as a 3D practice. Your emotions aren't involved. Or at some point you learn to disentangle your emotions from this, even if they were ever there. And you keep that to your dang self with the moon. But over here, this person's like, I'm back. You turned on? I thought you would be. And you're like, that's the problem. And that's why I'm out of here. So it's reminding me just a little bit of that cockiness that was portrayed by Captain Kirk on the original Star Trek. It's just, I'm awesome, and I know it. It kind of, yeah, I have nothing against passion, guys. Nothing whatsoever. But it's almost like with Judgment, I'm coming back around, and hey, it makes me feel good, so it's got to make you feel good. Huh? Cancer? Huh? You're like, not really. Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, Six. There it is again. So here we have the earthly energies with a lot of passion tucked in between it. Okay? So to be clear, if this is what you wanted to continue to do, you would keep doing it. This Cancer doesn't want to keep doing this. Six of Swords. Again, it's very quiet. Silent withdrawal. I'm not acknowledging this. Nope. I don't want to renew it. I don't want to jump back into that old schematic. I don't want to go back into that old structure. Because let's be clear, it does look like it's a sort of passionate well, structure that at one point you gave yourself to, but you don't want to anymore. It's quiet though, it's the moon. Is this one of those where it's like, oh man, can't I just put that in my past and leave it there? Christina, you know, what can I say? They had a look, okay? They have an accent. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It used to drive you wild. And man, you would build into it. You would build into that passion. You both did. But now you just kind of gently tucked it away. You don't want to acknowledge it anymore. And you said, no, thank you, quietly. And because you're not participating, you didn't show up. Because you're not participating, you just quietly exited out of that. What else can they do? What else can they do but go their own way? So there's nothing to, I mean, there's nothing to work with or compromise with anymore. Someone refuses to participate. Or you, maybe for some of you, point blank, you did a no-show. Who knows? Who knows? Wow. Cancer, honey. Every Cancer has their secrets. Okay, and this one's mine, and I don't appreciate you talking about it. Well, then why'd you show it to me? No, I can see why. I can see why. Because as soon as this thing reemerged, you're like, nope, 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 nope. Okay. I'm not going to do it. Page of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers. Hey, Cancer, how you doing? Yeah. Not the best use of the Lovers. Sometimes the Lovers is like this. It is seasonal, not long-term. In other words, the Lovers of a lifetime. That's what most people experience when they look or watch tarot. They want to see the Lovers of a lifetime. And then sometimes it's like this. It's Lovers for the season. I believe this was your lover of the season. Which one? I don't know. I would associate it, and you would too, I believe, with last year. Which, when you think about it, wasn't too long ago. But, or perhaps, bare minimum, last Pisces season was the cutoff. Which, again, not long ago. Man, Page of Wands, the Lovers, Nine of Pentacles. How you doing? Yeah, it's kind of like that. Oh, I don't blame them, honey. You look good. You look good. You're very capable. They associate you heavily with Pentacle. Work, work, work. Maybe that's the context for how you two know each other. Possibly. They might see you as plentiful. Someone who's very productive, very responsible. But when they look at you, they also see the Pentacle, so FYI. Okay. In the World, the Hanged Man, Three of Wands. No, I'm not waiting on this. Nope, nope, nope. No, there's nothing left to think about, Christina. The World, the Hanged Man, Three of Wands. Nope, 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 nope. I don't look to them anymore. I don't wait on them anymore. I don't like thinking about them anymore. I see that. So like I said, I'm fine. If for some reason, because let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with a hot and heavy, right? Short-term lover's energy. But you seem to very much want to leave it behind you. Like perhaps you associate it with your youth, or perhaps when, who knows, you're going through a very intense fire stage in your life. And it's just not where you're at anymore, you know. I don't know. Perhaps it's been a while, and you associate that time in your life with being very immature and wild and free and who knows what. I don't know. So, guys, it's not a problem, right? You're lovers for a short time. And maybe how you used to react to it makes you blush now. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's what I used to respond to and so intensely. But you did, and that's okay. It's not who you are now. That's it. So just don't contradict yourself. You don't want to participate in this anymore, then don't. That's it. I understand you still find it very sexy, and maybe that's why you take it to the moon. It's like, oh man, I can't be doing this no more. I'm too old for this shit. I don't know. I don't know, but the thing is, I see that you had your fun. I'm not trying to minimize it. But honestly, you didn't show me any emotion towards it either. It's okay. It's okay. So like I said, you keep it a secret. You have your reasons. Just as long as it's not a secret to you. All right? And in some way, this spoke to you. In some way, this spoke to your soul. It didn't just speak to your sex, and I know it seems like that, but it didn't just speak to your sex, and okay, maybe not your emotions so much, but it definitely spoke to your soul in some way. Okay, you participated in it for a while for a reason, so think of it that way. What did you learn from it? What did it teach you about you? The only thing I learned from that was sex stuff, Christina. Well, it was still something, wasn't it, Cancer? Sorry. I'm giving you a hard time because you're my water cousin. I know if I can make you laugh, you'll make me laugh. See? That's how I know. All right. Four of Cups, the Sun, the Ten of Pentacles. There it is. There it is. Just a wee admission there. It's not a lot, but I'll take it. I already say, where's your water, honey? You got to show me the water. Where is it? And you're like, look, real talk. I was happy with it while it lasted, but I wasn't emotionally attached to it. Okay. So it was the Lovers of a Season. Take that for what it was. Reflect on it beautifully as part of your past history. It's not in your present anymore, and it's not going to be in your future either. Okay, this is who you are. You are so heavily pentacle driven. You didn't see this person as part of your long-term future. In other words, I think this is your big secret. Let me know if I'm right. You didn't take them seriously. And here's the thing. It wasn't returned to you. Okay. They see you as the pentacle driver, but I didn't see any emotions from them towards you either. Just how passionate they are. They're still crazy about you. They find you very attractive. But attraction is not the same as emotional depth, guys. Attraction is easy. It is easy to manufacture, but it's also naturally easily felt. You naturally easily express some intense passion with somebody else. Emotions weren't too deeply involved. Okay. It's like, honestly, in the end, I think you found them as a distraction. You wanted your Ten of Pentacles, your stability, your foundation. You didn't see them as a serious long-term partner. So if that's your big secret, you'll be okay. All right? You'll be okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think you loved your lover in the way it was meant to be loved. At that time, in that space, in that season. Actually, it's kind of poetic when two people know. They just kind of know deep down inside they're not meant for something more. So love them while you have them, but know when you've outgrown them. I didn't see any emotional conflict from you other than the fact that it didn't mean too much and you kind of knew it. You outgrew it. Okay? And here's the thing. It ran both ways. Right? It was all that passion coming towards you. That doesn't mean the heart was on the line. You know that. It was coming back to you from a distance. Clearly, you two had maybe this energy of on again, off again, right? All right. You know, I'll tell you, sometimes your sign, let me tell you, you get up to some shenanigans sometimes with Cancer. You're like, what? Yeah. Don't you go clutching your freaking pearls. Yeah, I know you got the pearls. Don't go clutching them. Okay? No. No. Because one of your superpowers is emotional versatility and adaptability. You can swing on that scale, that emotional scale. Okay? But every now and again, it's unrequited. It wasn't meant to be. It was Lovers of the Season. Chill. It's cool. All right? Take it with you as that special place and time. It will never be replicated again. Right? That moment, that person, that space, that season. Treasure it. Don't be ashamed of it, please. In fact, it's one of the connections. It served its purpose at the soul level. It's one of the connections that reminded you of where it is you wanted to be, not where it is you didn't want to be. You know, so that means that lovers still did their job. Okay, and keep an open mind. Unrequited love, keep an open mind. I think you tried to, yes. And they might even ask you, keep an open mind. Don't rule me out, Cancer. Well, I think you did. And that's okay. But no, I don't see anybody heartbroken, no. You have a commitment to health. I see that commitment to your personal health and growth. Yes, I do. To your 3D world, to your stability. That's what you're committed to. Your personal health and success. And in some way you did not see them as part of that. Okay. And open your heart. Open your heart to the right one if it makes sense to you. Absolutely. Commit to the right one. Open your heart to the right one. Right? All right. No, I think if you wanted this to go into a loving union, your heart would have been on the line. You didn't show me your heart being on the line. Not once. Just a kind of sad acknowledgement. This isn't going to make me happy long term. 35, pathway. You understand your pathway quite well. You ought to know you've been walking it and articulating it for some time. I even told you they see you that way. Very pentacle driven. I'm not saying you're a workaholic. I'm saying you have goals for home, family, pathway. Okay. And partnership. True partnership. Okay. Unexpected income, the lovers. Yeah, heads up. They're coming on through. Okay. So, yeah, there it is. I can't say I'm surprised at this point. I cannot say I'm surprised. Neither can you. Okay? It's not really unexpected, but it is coming back through judgment. Oh, boy. 27:15. So. Okay. Okay, HLON. We have the medallion of Scorpio. Yeah, you could have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to the season, might be important too. Although, no, not that far out. No. Let's see, big dollar bill. Oh, yeah, earth energy as well. I see that absolutely 100% coming from within you. I do think you're pentacle driven, and once more, that's not an insult. I'm the same way. I'm career driven. I have goals and ambitions too. It's not just about personal health, wealth. Security. No, not at all. It's about what we do on this path and why. What's the point of this life? How are we contributing? You know, and when you kind of have your mind forward like that, there's no going back, you know? You can't really go in reverse. You add, you don't want to take away. So, anyway, I'm just letting you know I understand you. I do. The owls in reverse, yeah, you don't want to see. You don't want to see, you don't want to talk to, you don't want to interact with. I understand. You know, I don't typically see the lovers like this. Like I said, usually I see it in, it's more complicated long form. You're showing me, I don't want it to be complicated. It was short term. That's wild to see that for you. But like I said, honey, you can swing on that spectrum pretty darn well of all the collectives. Yeah. All right. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.